cosmic soldier. Give me space and I'm in a good place. Very serious, mysterious, mind makes right. In for the fight. Starlight out on. Starlight out on. Starlight out on. Cosmic soldier. Give me space and I'm in a good place. Very serious, mysterious, mind makes right. In for the fight. Starlight out on. Starlight out on.
Hello everybody. How are you guys doing today? Woke up this morning, got some coffee, boy. It is cold as fuck. It is cold as fuck. It is 20 degrees down here in the south. And your boy's not used to it. It is cold. I don't like it. Burr. I told Chuck to keep that shit up there with him. But how's everybody doing today? Oh, speak of the devil. What's up, Chuck? Speak of
we just got internet back last night.
Oh my goodness. Bro, I woke up first thing this morning and took Tucker out, and I thought it was cold yesterday. It was like right above freezing. It was between 32 and 35.
Today.
Well, now it's 20 now. It's 20 here now. Like now the heaters are like having to earn their pay, you know? The heaters having to earn their keep. They're having to work. And it's even cold in the house. It sucks.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It's horrible, the weather. We had like 7, 8 of snow, about 3 or 4 of sleet, and then a half-inch ice on top of that.
Damn. So I got your message this morning, but I had 5 people message me last night on Discord. My buddy Jro wanted to work on our universe. You said that you messaged me and said that, Joe. So
good enough. I wasn't expecting a miracle, buddy.
No, I didn't. I was I crashed out on everybody. That's what I'm saying. I had to message back like, oh yeah, well, I was dead to the world.
I'm kind of glad though that you didn't.
Why?
Because that's all everybody wants to do is argue about this shit.
Oh, the Minnesota stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. I'm not going to argue with people.
No, I'm done with it.
I'm lying. I'm going to, in fact, argue with people. I mean, I don't see the point.
That's why we love you, our little H man.
Lauren said I was her little fascist. All right.
Little what?
Chat, little fascist.
Oh, I thought she said something else.
And I'm like, you know what? You're terrible. Stop it.
We're all terrible, one way or another.
I gotta find us a video. I messed up. Hold on.
We're all terrible.
We're watching something real quick because your boy has to go do Orthodox guy things. And shut up, Lauren. Shut up, Chuck.
I ain't saying a word, my man.
Oh Lord, give me one second, yo.
I'm here for the ride along.
But not well. The thing is, like, so fucking people keep talking about Kristi Noem and that short guy.
Bovino.
Yeah, getting fired, and like nobody's getting fired. Like I don't understand.
Bovino did.
Mm-mm-mm.
They sent him back to his original home base in California, and he's going to retire.
That's crazy.
They sent that Tom Harmon, the czar of the border. They sent him to take his place in Minnesota.
That is crazy.
You ever heard? Bovino's the one that got in trouble in Chicago and got thrown out of Chicago.
How did he get thrown out of Chicago?
Well, he got hauled in front of that judge, and the judge ordered him that he was going to wear a body camera and ankle monitors. And Trump stepped in and said, "I don't think so."
Oh.
You know, they fought it in court or whatever,
Yeah.
but they lost a bunch of cases up to that in Chicago area because they was lying, got caught lying about shooting pepper balls and canisters at rioting protesters.
All right, fair enough, but your boy's got to go take care of that.
Yes, sir.
thing.
Go ahead,
I'll be
roll
right.
it. Oh, I thought you said you had a clip.
The president immediately declared a national emergency on the southern border, deployed the U.S. military and Border Patrol to repel the invasion, and
Can y'all
end the
hear it?
reckless catch and
Yeah,
release.
I can.
Nothing short of extraordinary. Between President Trump's inauguration and April 1 of this month, only 9 illegal aliens were released into the United States, a staggering 99.99% decrease from the more than 184,000 illegal aliens who were released into the country under Biden during the same period last year. The number of unaccompanied illegal alien children arriving at the border has also hit a record low. Total attempted illegal crossings at the southwest border hit a record low in February, only to fall to another new record low again last month in March. Just listen to these incredible numbers. In March 2024, under Joe Biden, Border Patrol encountered approximately 140,000 illegal aliens at the southwest border. 1 year later, in March 2025, under President Trump, Border Patrol encountered just over 7,000 illegal aliens at the southwest border. That's another 95% decrease from the prior year. The first piece of legislation President Trump signed into law was the Laken Riley Act, which requires illegal aliens arrested or charged with theft or violence to be detained. President Trump also reestablished the successful Remain in Mexico policy from his first term to ensure that aliens who arrive at our southern border and claim asylum are returned to Mexico to await their hearings instead of being allowed into our country while they wait. The president has also restarted construction of his signature advanced border wall. More than 85 miles of new border barrier are already in various stages of construction and planning. And Border Patrol, in collaboration with the Department of Defense and the great state of Texas, have deployed 75 additional miles of temporary barriers across the southern border. The Trump administration, as you know, has also ended the disastrous CBP wnat, which Joe Biden exploited to facilitate the migration of nearly 1 million illegal aliens into the country. The Department of Homeland Security has relaunched this as the CBP Home app to provide illegal aliens in the U.S. a straightforward way to declare their intent to voluntarily depart. For years, Joe Biden's weakness in open border policies allowed vicious cartels to functionally control, through a campaign of terror, rape, and brutal force, nearly all illegal traffic across the southern border. President Trump has put a stop to this in record time. He designated these heinous cartels as foreign terrorist organizations and invoked the Alien Enemies Act to immediately apprehend, detain, and remove these massive threats who have flooded our country with deadly drugs, violent criminals, and vicious gangs. The Trump administration is working 24/7 to successfully arrest and deport these illegal criminals and foreign terrorists from our communities. We are in the beginning stages of carrying out the largest deportation campaign in American history. Over this past weekend, it was announced that through Operation Tidal Wave, a joint effort between ICE Miami and Florida law enforcement agencies, nearly 800 illegal aliens were arrested during the first 4 days alone. Among those arrested were a Colombian murderer, alleged MS-13 and 18th Street gang members, and a Russian with a red notice for manslaughter. And on the other side of the country, in the early Sunday morning hours, DOJ and DHS together launched a joint raid of an illegal alien underground nightclub used by Tren de Aragua in Colorado Springs, Colorado. DHS took more than 100 illegal aliens into custody, and many drugs and weapons were also seized. Operation Tidal Wave is a preview of what is to come around this country. Large-scale operations that employ our state and local enforcement partners to get criminal illegal aliens off our streets. As always, President Trump and our entire administration are grateful for the courageous law enforcement officers who are putting their lives on the line every single day to protect their fellow Americans and to keep our country safe. After 4 years of being vilified and hamstrung by the Biden administration, heroic ICE and CBP officers finally have a president who has their backs and is allowing them to do the jobs they signed up to do. There's no person who can attest to that more than our incredible border czar here at the White House, Tom Homan, who has dedicated his professional career to protecting our country and enforcing the law. I will let Tom deliver some short remarks, and then we'll open it up for questions today. Thanks for being here, Tom.
Thank you. Just a few things. Look, I started in the Border Patrol in 1984. I've been at this for over 40 years. I worked for 6 presidents, starting with Ronald Reagan. Every president ever worked for took border security seriously, because you can't have national security if you don't have strong border security. We got to know who's coming in, what's coming in, where's coming in, why it's coming in, right? Even President Obama and President Clinton took some steps to secure the border because they understood national security was important. Joe Biden was the first president in the history of this nation who came in office and unsecured the border on purpose. That's just a fact. We handed the Biden administration, after President Trump's first administration, we handed the Biden administration the most secure border in my lifetime, and he unsecured it on purpose. Now, President Trump and this administration here, the success is unprecedented. We beat Trump's first administration on border success. Border numbers are historic low. Today, as I'm standing here, we have the most secure border in the history of this nation. And the numbers prove it. President Trump's policies are saving lives every day. There's been studies done that says 31% of women that make that journey through use of cartels get sexually assaulted. When President Trump has illegal immigration down 96%, when 96% less people are coming, how many women aren't being sexually assaulted by the cartels? How many children aren't dying making that journey? How many women and children aren't being sex trafficked into this nation? How many known suspected terrorists aren't making it into this country? How many pounds of fentanyl isn't getting into this country to kill young Americans? How many women and children aren't sex trafficked? Under Joe Biden, sex trafficking is up 600%. We had 4,000 aliens dying making that journey. We had 250,000 Americans dead from fentanyl that came across an open border. President Trump's policy saves lives every day. Even the border wall saves lives. And people want to hate on the border wall. Every place a border barrier has been built, illegal migration's declined, illegal drug flows decline. But you know what no one talks about? The border wall saves lives. Because the most vulnerable, the women and children, can't get over that wall, which means they're going to a place where there's not a wall. And what's waiting on them? The men and women of the United States Border Patrol who will take care of those humanitarian needs, the health needs right off the bat. We just went over the numbers. Let me talk about a few numbers that are important to me. Under the Biden administration, we averaged over 11,000 many days, over 12,000, even some days 15,000 illegal entrants in the United States. 15,000. You know what the number was last 24 hours? 178. 15,000 to 178. Unprecedented success. On an average day in the Biden administration, known gotaways, people we knew crossed the border because they're on video, drone traffic, or sensor traffic, crossed the border, weren't apprehended, weren't fingerprinted, weren't vetted. Average day under Joe Biden, more than 1,800 gotaways. Yesterday, 38. 38 too many? We'll get that to 0. But we went from 1,800 to 38. And finally, that was said earlier, under the first 100 days, or it was actually January 20th to April 1st, last year, 184,000 illegal aliens were released into the United States. Under this administration, 9. 4 of them were material witnesses in a criminal investigation. We need them here to testify in a serious criminal trial. 4 was extreme medical condition. We couldn't return them because they were in such bad shape. And 1 was humanitarian issue. This is unprecedented success. The border secure. President Trump saving lives. President Trump has proven no one does it better than President Trump. There is no equal, it's not even close. So God bless the men and women of the Border Patrol. God bless the men and women of ICE who strap a gun to the hip every day, put on a Kevlar vest to not only secure our border and protect our national security, but the ICE agents in the interior, they're removing public safety threats and national security threats every day. While you're all sleeping at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, there are men and women out there enforcing the law, making this country safe again. And we're going to keep doing it. It's full speed ahead. So I'll leave it at that.
Awesome. Thank you, Tom. And thanks for all your great efforts. We do want to open it up to questions. If you have border related questions for Mr. Homan, and I'm also happy to take any non-border related questions. I'm happy to take border questions too, but Tom is here offering his time. So we encourage you to ask him questions. We'll start with our new media seat today. As always, Rogan O'Hanley, former Hollywood entertainment lawyer, I didn't know that, Rogan, who got fed up with the far left ideologies of California and now posts conservative political commentary online for his more than 7 million followers across all major platforms. He joins us today from the great state of Florida. Why don't you kick us off today, Rogan?
Thank you, Caroline. In Trump's first 99 days, we've seen a coordinated assault on the rule of law by radical judges. We're thwarting his agenda with an unprecedented number of national injunctions. These judges are providing more due process to violent MS-13 and Tren de Aragua illegal aliens than they did for American citizens who peacefully protested on January 6th. As Stephen Miller has highlighted, it would be utterly ridiculous to have full trials and appeals for the more than 15 million illegal aliens that came across our border under Joe Biden. Many are now calling for Trump to circumvent these radical judges and consider suspending the writ of habeas corpus solely for these illegal aliens in accordance with the terms of Article 1, Section 9 of the United States Constitution, which explicitly allows for such a measure when there is a rebellion or invasion. There's strong precedent for this action, being that it was exercised by 3 of our greatest presidents, Abraham Lincoln, Ulysses S. Grant, and Democrats' favorite president of all time, FDR. All 3 of which are not only celebrated by historians, but are immortalized on our national currency with their faces on there. Furthermore, all 3 used it against American citizens, where in this instance, we would only be using it against illegal aliens. I think almost every reasonable American would agree that 15 million illegal aliens coming across our border under Joe Biden counts as an invasion, especially since many, as you highlighted, are now robbing, assaulting, raping, and killing American citizens. Historic assaults on our republic require reciprocal action from our government. Can you please let us know if and when the Trump administration is planning to suspend the writ of habeas corpus to circumvent these radical judges who are infringing on his Article 2 powers and to start shipping out illegals en masse?
I have not heard such discussions take place, but I can assure you that the president and the entire administration are certainly open to all legal and constitutional
All right, I am
remedies to
back.
ensure we
I am
can
sorry.
continue-
That fucking coffee got me, brother.
It happens sometimes. This was from last year, right?
I believe it's from this year.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it's fucking wild. It's wild.
I know there's some. I'm not even gonna get into it.
What? Go ahead.
I thought it was just reading where there's some judge up there in Minnesota that's trying to call them in on the carpet for violating court orders that were put down in Minnesota. The biggest one being that dude that they apprehended and didn't get a court hearing or something. I'd have to go find an article again. Should I
Yeah, I
just read
think
it?
I remember what you're talking about.
But we'll see what happens with this mess.
Ain't nothing gonna happen. It's a nothing burger. Personally,
Yep. I think was it the other day that Trump and Waltz talked to each other or something about it, trying to get it under control. And there's arguments to be made every which way over this. I mean, I realize someone ended up on the line, but there's a lot of factors that went into play on this whole mess, in my book, that could have
local
prevented it.
local law enforcement definitely needs to work with the federal government.
And yep, and they were told to stand down from the federal government instead of providing a barrier like they asked for, and it didn't happen. Yeah, there's a lot of what ifs, but the end result is the dude's dead. And I've watched that video a zillion times, and oh, I saw this, or I saw that, or did I see this, or did I see that? You know, you stare at something long enough, your mind goes blank, gets numb. What do you think
I think
about the whole
I think it's a psyop.
psyop? You think a guy volunteered to give his life for the cause or for the government? Is that what you're saying? I tried to get somebody to explain it last night, and they didn't want to explain it.
I think someone either is a leftist and was like giving people bad information for like protest manual. People followed it, got killed, and now they're gonna use them as martyrs. Or Trump just doesn't give a fuck and is just outright icing people or creating situations where an outrage where it's further dividing the country because the people on the side on the left and right aren't going to change sides.
Yeah, I mean, I could easily see where some of them dudes were. You could tell they seem like they just came off the desk, if you know what I mean. That they hadn't been in the field working. When I watched the situation, I mean, without more information, I can't say one way or another on. All I know is there's a dead body. Was this number 3, number 2, number 3 for Minnesota?
I mean,
the only other thing, unless the state changes their mind or the municipalities change their mind and want to help out, the only other thing he can do is invoke the Insurrection Acts for lack of normal crowd control policies.
well, the
I don't think.
Insurrection Act ain't really normal crowd control policy.
Sure.
So I mean, I don't think he'll do it. I don't. I think it is a leftist conspiracy. But I can see the value in it. And that's why all I was pointing out with the this is the American burning of the Reichstag. Because either way, it just smells fishy to me.
Yeah, because it can be twisted either way you want to go now with it.
Well, me and my friend was sitting here reviewing the videos that we were going to watch today during the stream. And like, I clicked on the video about the Minnesota shooting. I looked back at my friend. I'm like, yo, broski, how much you want to bet they're going to say new video footage found in the Minnesota shooting? And he looked at me, and I looked back at the keyboard. I pressed play, and immediately, new footage found in the violent death of Minnesota resident Pretty whatever. Right.
Pretzel, something like that. I can't
I
pronounce
don't care about leftist martyrs. I don't know, man. It's weird, and it smells fishy.
And like I was trying to explain, I finally gave up. That somebody yells gun, everybody hair on the back of their head stands up. And maybe the guy didn't know that the gun had been removed from the scene already. All he knew was he heard gun, gun, gun.
Well, when you try to talk to people who on the left or who are centrists, who don't like government or whatever, when you try to talk to them, like, the only people that I can talk to about it really are Joe Cool and Dennison, because they're the only ones that, make an understanding for people in violent situations.
Even Dennison.
All right, never mind. All right, Dennison is now officially brown.
He's brown. You didn't know that?
He's now officially brown. We're issuing a brown out on Dennison.
I just polished my boots. What's there not to enjoy? You get that perfect reflection if done right. You can see good enough to shave by.
But no, yeah, you know what? This boot tastes like coffee. What's up, Grid? The link's posted, Dennison Grid, if y'all want to join. But I mean, actually, since Grid is here, somebody sent me the timestamp on Dusty's show last night where Grid and Dusty were having a conversation about the thingy-majigger, the Minnesota thing. Yes, Stanley. Gun, gun, gun means open fire, because after you hear gun, 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 you hear a pop. I can completely understand why it happened.
If that is what happened, we'll never know,
The
because
phantom pop.
There was no phantom pop. You can literally hear it go pop.
I was the dude shitting his pants.
What makes me mad is everybody's now trying to blame the gun. And I reiterate, I don't think they have the gun's best interests at heart. Because
What'd that poor gun do to anybody?
The gun didn't do anything. It was used and coerced and shit. All right.
The SIG never went off.
I mean, it is a SIG though. They are kind of the retards of the gun world.
That particular model, yeah. From what research I had done previously about them before
No, but
this.
that's what makes me mad.
4 shots and 6 shots. There was no single shot.
I heard it with my own ears. Dennison be like, "Don't believe your lying ears." All right.
I heard it.
You're watching too much of that AI slop.
There isn't a lot of that out
It's done
there.
rotted your brain.
All right. First off, I don't appreciate these brown people being mean to me right now. Okay, stop it. I like AI slop. Look,
Well,
man,
I don't like it when it comes to making a story. I don't like it.
Come to your country bearing fat booty and delicious food. Resist, white man, resist.
Oh no, a street vendor.
Oh no! All right, get him out. I was all cool until you said, "Wait, are they like finger fucking the food with their bare hand?"
That's it.
Like just slapping? Yeah, no, they gotta go. They gotta go. I can't stand that shit. Oh man, but no. I just It's a bad situation in general.
That's why y'all are weak now. Yeah, you can't
Well,
even stand a little bacteria in your food.
I don't even know why people are out there fighting when they got no game in the fight.
I mean, that's the
Why is
issue,
ice
right?
out there?
Doing a job they're paid to do.
They're just trying to make that nut, bruh.
I mean, after all, they are giving out what $50,000 joining bonuses.
Oh, word! Hold on, give me. I'll be back.
You gonna go sign up right now?
Oh yeah, no, that application process is too long to do on stream. You got to go to the government website, the
Yeah,
.gov.
you gotta go to the big boy's house.
I don't. No, I haven't heard from Be Brave actually. I heard his channel got nuked.
Oh, did it?
Did it?
Yeah.
Damn.
Not
Racism lost a
surprising.
racism lost a real one. Pour one out for racism. I love Brave. I ain't gonna lie though. I love Brave to death. Oh man.
So anybody check the news to see if we shot any Minnesotans today?
I'm
I
kind of
didn't
scared.
see. I
I'm kind
didn't
of.
see any when I looked. It's still too early.
I don't know that it was. I'm scared to look at the news now, bro. It's gonna be another one gone and another one gone. Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's gonna be a mess.
Just crazy. The sides being drawn are also wild. Oh.
So you think the stupid gun? I call it stupid gun. You think it went off? It had a premature ejaculation.
I saw it. It could be AI slop. Anything could be AI slop, but from the video I saw and it slowed down. Yeah.
Those were still images, though.
Fair. Well, I'd have to be able to teleport us there to convince you people.
No, just play a video from the original perspective that has a single pop.
Well, I
That'd be enough for me.
can't play the sound. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, Flo and Grid were playing it last night, and as soon
And
as
then
they got
play
a
3
flag,
video perspectives with sound.
No, because the video I have is like the person slowing it down, and when they grab a hold to the fucking reticle thing on the video, it just cuts the sound, which is retarded. But so I
Now
don't know,
play
man.
like 3 other videos and see if you hear a single shot.
Every time I've heard it, I swear, maybe I've gaslit myself into hearing us pump. But I mean, I don't know. Is it really all that important?
Kinda. At the end of the day, it doesn't change that the cops broke the law and that they committed murder too. But it does take yet another line of bullshit away from the people who just have this imperative to make excuses for murder. I don't understand it. I mean, I do understand it. but it has very little to do with like what we're talking about. It's like a misplaced rage, and also it has to do with political brainwashing. These people don't really have any principles; they have political identities that are given to them.
Or they make their own. I don't know, man.
And if you
The
make,
thing,
I think if you make your own, then you don't gaslight yourself into believing shit that didn't happen just because it was made available to you in a tweet.
well, there's several videos, and like the thing about the issue with
Because
the
there's
news,
Twitter images that show him holding a gun.
that's that's the problem with all this in technology. TML was right about technology. You heard it here first. But
But we all know
no,
those aren't real because we saw the original video.
did we? How do
But
we
there's
know?
no video showing that either, right? Because technology isn't that advanced.
How do we know? How do we know that was the original video?
Well, then technology would have to be so advanced it's beyond what we currently comprehend, and then nothing's real, and so there's no point believing in anything.
That's crazy.
But I'll tell you though, what's consistent with the last 40 years of my life, before AI supposedly existed, is cops shooting people for no fucking reason. Pushing them over when they get butt hurt in the middle of a riot, kicking them, bear spraying them, and then shooting them if they say anything about it. That's not new, right? You know what I'm saying? Now a dude, a gun accidentally going off when a Fed grabs it, and then everybody firing into a pile of people because they heard a gun go off. That'd be kind of weird. But cops throwing a guy to the ground and shooting him because he physically can't even get on his, go prone because there's so many people piled on top of him at once, screaming conflicting orders and pulling him this way and that way. Why? Because he probably said, fuck you or something to the cop and hurt his ego. That's another Tuesday. I don't need AI to convince me of that. If you told me that happened, you didn't have any video at all, and you just told me that happened over the phone, I'd be like, yup.
That's very cynical, Vincent. Very cynical. I want to see. Learned. You prefer learned? That's crazy. Nazi Gestapo leader Greg Bonvino is out. Well, you get Open Führer, fucking number 2. What is it? What is his name? Fucking the bald dude. The bald dude that was just speaking on the press conference we were watching. I can't remember that motherfucker's
Tom
name.
Harmon.
Yeah, Open Führer, fucking Tom Harmon coming in. All right. He is gonna like. I really wonder what's gonna happen with that. That dude's a bit of a hard ass. Oh no. I can't wait. He's only 98% fascist. Oh. Bonvino. I was watching the Bonvino press conference over this thing with some people, and this dude said the funniest. She's like, he's only mad because he's short. Look at the little man, baby. And I didn't believe old boy was short. And then he's like, and I'm like, no, he's not short. He's like, go watch the video where they're walking up to the press conference booth. You'll see him next to the other ISIS. He's short as fuck. That's why he's mad. Sure enough, old boy was walking beside him, was like below their shoulders. I was like,
Yeah,
damn.
Napoleano complex.
I'm like, damn. I don't know. He's perfect. He's perfect nut punching height, bro. That would that would be bad. Mm-mm-mm. Denison, why do you think these people are this way in the Trump administration?
Similar reasons. Most of it's political brainwashing. Their ability to think critically has been completely eroded over time. And they're getting fucked in the ass by, themselves in this case, right? Like, their own ideology is destroying them, but they can't point their hatred at that, right? So that's where the immigrant becomes scapegoated. So now they have something they can toss their hate onto, like a sacrificial lamb. And
Greg Bovino's classmates called him out in high school because he was caught jerking off National Geographic. I mean,
All right.
first off, why are we talking shit on what somebody did as a dumbass teenager? All right, first off. Second off, far right thinking comes from yada yada yada, not laws. Like far right thinking comes from having to endure leftist bullshit. That's where far right thinking comes from. Life is hard for everybody. Everybody's got their own issues. But that's just a wild ass statement to say about old Greggy boy in general without without a whole lot of proof. That's crazy. Oh man.
there
So
is some fatigue happening, but the fatigue in this case can't come from uh, the scapegoat, because the scapegoat doesn't have the ability to cause harm to the person experiencing the fatigue. It's the system itself that far right people are tired of. They're getting screwed over by, but they can't admit that because they worship the system. It's the very essence of capitalism itself that makes them angry. It's why they hate young people too. Anybody who has anything that they didn't have is automatically less of a person. And a lot of these people come from an era in which they're so fucking full of shit because like life was 10 times easier when they went through it to begin with. Like the economy in this country, when they were coming up, so much easier to find a job to support a family. They don't even know what they're talking about.
well, that's why
And
young
their
right wing
knowledge
men.
of statistics and actual reality reflects that too. They don't
Well,
know anything about anything.
I
that's why
don't
the
trust none of
demographics
these
under
statistics.
that's why the demographics under 35, the right wing guys have a totally different perspective than the old ass fucking boomer people.
Hey,
For the
hey,
most
hey.
part.
Well, the so-called right now is a response to what is so-called leftism. And neither one is left or right. The left-right paradigm is false. It doesn't exist.
Well,
We're
yeah, but we're speaking in
young
layman
men are
people.
reacting to complete and total idiocy in every single aspect of their life. What I would call feminism run amok. Now that feminism has won, right? So when I was growing up, feminism was taking ground, right? It was like burning villages and moving on to the next town. That's not feminism anymore. Feminism is in charge. Joe Biden is a blue-haired feminist. He was president of the United States. That's the world these young kids, these young men are growing up in. That's why they're, quote, right wing, end quote. It's not right at all. All it is just a reaction to what we're calling leftism, which is pure lunacy. Jordan Peterson calls it the essence of the devouring mother. That's like the best way I've heard it put in a while.
It's the scourge of the demiurge, Dennison. It's the scourge of the demiurge, alright? That's all it is. Oh man.
Well, we no longer gradually shift to pendulum. Now it's massively goes one way or all the way the other way and then back again. We're not that pendulum swing instead of getting smaller is getting bigger, in my opinion.
Well, the
Yeah, it's
thing
a
is that
ratchet.
not
It's not a
not laws.
pendulum.
Not laws says LOL. China, Russia, the Middle East are all controlled by feminism.
Who's
It's a
talking
big,
about
huge
any of that stuff?
conspiracy. Yeah, none of. I was gonna say none of us are talking about those places in particular. We're talking
We're
about
talking
the
about United
U.S.
States social issues.
Or maybe even the grander West, since we force our society, except for the Second Amendment, onto everyone else.
I alluded in what you're talking about. I alluded to earlier in that the system is fucking these people and they're scapegoating. And by that I mean that our quality of life and our freedoms, really, because freedom really doesn't come from the Bill of Rights or writing it down on a constitution or swearing an oath or any of that stupid gay shit. It comes from having a lot of money and being able to trust your neighbor and everybody looking the same and acting the same. That's where it comes from.
Hey, that's
And so
incredibly racist and anti-Semitic, Dennison. We can't have that on the channel.
and we've deliberately destroyed that and exported that all to the third world and completely destroyed our society. Our politicians did it on purpose because they're greedy and they're evil. And so and then that's what the older right wingers are reacting to, right? That's where they're scapegoating the immigrant. And then so this hatred and this rage is internalized, and it's also misdirected, and they can never tap into it because they would have to admit that their belief system is fucked. So instead, what you have is this weird, turnaround where ICE agents who have no authority whatsoever, aren't doing any good for anyone, go out and murder people that you think are your political enemies. So then when you're like laying awake at night or your subconscious is kicking in right before you fall asleep, these are the people that you blame all your problems on, even though you don't know any of them and they've got nothing to do with you and they have no power. And so they show ICE murdering them on TV and you're like, fuck yeah! You get your rage boner off. Why? Because you've got a big fat fucking government cock in your ass. And that's where it comes from. Inability to know your enemy.
You know what? On this particular matter, I agree with you on that, and that's what upsets me so much, because people are like, "Oh man," like on the right, for my political position, people are like, "Oh, Trump, Trump, Trump," or they're like so anti-Trump, it's retarded. Like at the end of the day, the people that are fucking us over are the billionaires. Doesn't matter what political ideology you have. They're the ones fucking you over. They want the cheap labor. They have all the money for the power. It is what it is, and people don't want to see it.
And all of us capitalist Americans, right wingers, right? If we were immigrants, we would do the same thing.
Yeah,
We
you
would
can't
go
get
to the economically viable country and work our asses off for money.
no,
And then
because you implemented this system worldwide.
right. And then we'd send most of it back to our fucking families. That's exactly what we would do. All of us here as men would do the same exact thing that we're blaming these immigrants for.
That's our purpose as men, to take care of
But
our family.
I would say though that we would be more inclined to do it the proper way.
Nah, if you had to, you'd do it illegally. You can't make
Yeah,
that
if you were
call.
born in some place in Guatemala or some shit, you're not doing anything the right way.
Oh,
You're
but
doing it.
third world
and the thing
shithole.
is
Gotcha.
and the thing is with H-1B visas, like Indians, like they're technically doing it the legal way, but they're scamming their way in.
Right. And boy, man, they've ruined a whole industry right before my eyes while I was working in it.
Well, look at Texas.
And
More
customer
than
service
one.
too, I would say. Yeah, more than one. True story.
Medical.
Texas is
Yes,
70,
sir. Yes, sir,
Texas
Chuck.
is 73% of H-1B visas in the country go to Texas. Like there's a whole fucking Indian cabal in Texas right now, in the Texas GOP.
And as rich white people who have conquered the world, we're less inclined to hate people who are different than us. These people fucking hate our guts. They've hated us for thousands of years. They're still mad at some British fuck with a pointy helmet on. And that my doctor takes that out on me.
Yeah, I believe that now.
So like the anger is justified in my opinion. So that's what I disagree, but I do agree with you that the enemy, because
It's pointing in the wrong direction. Yes.
And it's done so on purpose.
Yep.
Like it's and like so, and that's what's the annoying part, because like as the right, I feel like we're justified for those various reasons we just mentioned, but then all of the useful idiots,
same trap though.
Well, all of the useful idiots are like, yeah, let's blame the immigrants. It's like, but why are the immigrants here? What politicians, what group of people opened up the doors?
And
And
to
it's
just
the
have you
fucking
believe
elites.
that no Americans are willing to do any of these jobs. I mean, how
Oh
did
my
we do
God.
it before? You know,
That
like
like that's a non-argument with all of the automation available for farmers and other immigrant dominated industries. Like and that's why I hate arguing with the left, because they love saying that, and it's like, bruh, you're literally falling into the trap that billionaires put out just for the sake of your political tribalism, and it's annoying.
And automation can only do so much.
Yeah, but it decreases the amount of labor needed, is my point.
Well,
Yes,
I
nobody.
disagree, because on the other hand, you got to have the upkeep of the machinery.
That's how new machines and technologies and automation create new jobs, until more automation is made to take care of that.
Well, I
Not
haven't
laws.
seen that yet.
As far as I know, nobody on this panel is a fucking fan of Reagan. I hate Reagan. Not only for the giving all
Excuse
illegals
me?
amnesty. Oh Lord, Chuck, don't tell me you're a Reaganite.
Reagan was never even president. Bush was president. Half the fucking time he was in the White House, he was completely senile. He was Biden.
Yeah, the guaranteed the second half of his second term, he
Is
was
that
starting
you?
to check out.
Is that you, Michael?
Yeah, that's me, Orthodox. What's up, man? What's going on?
What's up? What's up, broski?
Ain't much. What y'all talking about in here?
We just chilling, talking. I mean, not. There is no set topic.
Oh, yeah, just
But
go ahead. I mean, go ahead.
but no. I don't like Reagan. He shut down the mental asylums. Like a lot of these people on the left and right that are praying to Donald Trump, for instance, or blue-haired feminists, would be in mental asylums had Reagan not shut them down.
And what was the reason they got shut down? Go back and look at that. Why they
Okay,
got shut down.
one mental asylum abused somebody, and that's like reason to shut down the entire nationwide system.
Well, they were all abusive, but that didn't
Yeah, it
mean we
was
couldn't have something
widespread.
better.
It was bad. I
We could have
remember
had
it was bad
reform
at that
instead
time.
of closure.
No,
Yep.
Reagan shut them down because he wanted to privatize. He wanted to privatize mental health. He shut them down. He opened them up to He opened it up to privatization, and you got less. You got less of a very needed service, and only the wealthy and middle class could afford it. And now you have a bunch of fucking crazy addicts and feminists and like just crazy people on the right as well running a fucking round, unmedicated.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Is like some of these fucking blue-haired women are nuts.
Well, I mean,
they're so coddled in society that they're able to like, maintain a job and pay their rent.
Right. Yeah.
But 40 years ago, they'd be rocking back and forth in the side.
And you know what the crazy thing about that? That they all have scepters in their nose.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, why they all wear scepters in their nose? I just saw a gay white dude telling black folks that you need to watch out because they're coming for black folks next. They come to get you. They come to get you. He went on like 30 minutes, like almost 30 minutes. Like, I'm down south. I live in Charleston, South Carolina. I'm in the hood. And black folks around here ain't worrying about no ice. we ain't see a ice. We ain't never see ice.
Y'all are basically white now. Y'all like, get them motherfuckers.
But you gotta understand, South Carolina is 90%, like almost, I'll say 60% black and like probably 30% white. The town I'm in is 70%, almost 80% black, and only like probably like 20% white.
So
the thing is, none of us, nobody is worrying about ice.
Well, Joe Cool told me that he went on Sharon's panel, the Wildest Wake Up Show, and got absolutely. It's spelled Sharon.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah,
but the thing is,
you make a good point though. Why is this shit happening in Minnesota?
Yeah, but why? Yeah, well, won't you think it would happen more down south in redneck towns and stuff that would be lining up to get black folks around, American citizens and all that? Why?
Forget the lie about black folks. Just think about the immigrants to begin with. Why isn't this shit happening in Arizona?
Most immigrants don't come down south. They go to sanctuary cities. And
I
that was
just
planned. That shit was planned
I
for them
mean,
to go
that
like
may or may not be
Minnesota.
true. All I can tell you is living in the Southwest, it don't fucking look like that. It looks like they're right here, brother.
Well,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
well, the thing about it is, there's a little bit of truth to it being sanctuary cities and all. Like
well,
the
that
thing is,
changes on February 1st. They're going to start withholding federal funds to all these blue states, cities.
No, he's not gonna get away with that. The courts are gonna fuck that.
Because
He
in
doesn't
it,
even
them like
come close to having that authority.
does that go like the local federal government of that local state? Like judges will say like deny because I think a judge denied the person when Don Lemon.
yeah.
So
Hold
I'm
on,
saying,
hold on one second. El Paris says Waterloo is not a sanctuary city, and they are here. Yeah, but Waterloo is a hellscape on earth, brother. Like Waterloo,
Waterloo.
Waterloo, Iowa is a very evil, bad place. You should never go there ever, ever. All right, ever. It's a hellscape. It's surprised that there's even life there. See? Oh yes, yes it is. Exactly.
Yeah, they're staging something in Minnesota, though.
Yeah, see, did y'all see the video of when they
It's
got?
the burning of the Reichstag.
No, it's
No,
not that. It was
this
all
is
planned.
movement. They
I studied.
They
Go
went
ahead,
from
man.
Indiana to Illinois to Minnesota. It's a huge operation. I forget the name of it,
I already have an
but
indictment on them. I have an indictment on them already.
on
Operation.
who?
Yes,
On Tim Walz and all the paid protesters, all that. That shit's about to go. They're insurrectionists. Shit's about
You know,
y'all ain't seen shit yet. You think Pam Bondi is sitting back scratching her ass, but she's not. Shit's about to hit the fan. The storm is coming.
you want
you
to.
know what would make
We're in the
sense?
beginning of the storm.
You're a bit low, Lippy. Let me turn you up. All right, El
It would
Perro.
make sense if this was about voting and they really believed it,
Orthodox
Yeah,
because
guy.
those would be swing states where they barely
Well,
Wait,
won.
wait,
your
wait, wait.
audio.
Your audio's cutting in and out, El Perro, and it's really low. I've got you
Orthodox
maxed
is
up.
absolutely correct. If you want to experience hell, come to Waterloo, Iowa. These motherfuckers do not give a motherfucking one goddamn rat. Not a dime, not a penny, not a fucking thing.
El Perro, brother. You know the trade school there? That's where I got my CDLs, right?
Yeah.
And you from Waterloo, Iowa? You understand that that's really the most redneck northern town podunk good old boy ever. They fucking the first time I ever got behind the wheel of a semi, they basically pushed me out in the fucking interstate highway that runs through there, and they're like, do it or die. And I'm like, what?
This is the town that if you remember Nazi Germany, this is it. That's
So
why I wear that. That's why I wear that short mustache. Fuck these motherfuckers.
So y'all think like ICE is just like a Nazi like 1930s?
Absolutely.
Nah.
Nah.
So are we going back to like Anne Frank and stuff like that? The Diary of Anne Frank? Is this gonna happen in America?
It'd be a lot cooler if they were. You know what I'm saying?
The Diary of Orthodox.
If people had any sort of compassion, this is the place where you would see that it lacks. There is no compassion here whatsoever, and that's the problem. That's why I say I see Hitler's willing executioners everywhere.
But why is not Nazis down south though?
Don't know.
Like for
We're a lot more chill.
What about the swing state theory that I just came up with?
Those are just confused people. That's why they swing.
Right, but,
Can y'all hear me?
What if the administration thinks that it's
Yeah, we hear you. I hear you.
illegals?
Well,
and they're deporting those people.
Well, that's because of this is the same situation I've got here. People that do not undertake the responsibility that they apply for are the problem. So when you have officials that are not taking their responsibility and due diligence in making sure things are true, correct, and right, they're only doing it for a paycheck. That's the problem.
But we need to start with the problem of where you get the concept of Nazis. Where did you get that concept from?
I've grown up all my life watching the same shit. People getting thrown in jail for nothing, for ideals.
Are you saying like the MAGA people that their grandfathers fought in World War I and World War II, they're Nazis?
No, I'm not saying Nazis. I'm not claiming anybody's a Nazi. I wear a short mustache and go to city council meetings telling them that I see Hitler's willing executioners in America. I see America slowly turning into Hitler's willing executioners. And if we don't stop it now and return back to a compassion for each other, we're going to be that divided, and we're going to have the same problem.
So you're saying America?
History will repeat itself.
So you're saying America is turning into a fascist state?
Absolutely.
God, I wish.
Yeah, it has
Okay,
been for quite some time.
So will America? Is it really America turning into a communism state?
Well, we have to understand the difference between communism and fascism. Communism has two different levels, actually three, according to Gaddafi. Gaddafi introduced his third universal theory, which is a sort of communism without parliamentary interference between the dictator and the people. And that system worked pretty fucking good. Everybody had free education. They had a home. They had everything they needed. And the power remained in the people. Okay? Fascists? No. They have a parliamentary union that works for the dictator, and the people's vote does not count whatsoever. What do you think America's
Where's Bumpkin when we need him? Where's Bumpkin when we need him?
So you're saying the Trump administration
Bumpkin is having a baby and working, all right?
Oh shit! But he's having
He
a
was
baby.
big enough to have a baby.
Shut up! I wasn't talking about Bumpkin actually having a baby. Bumpkin is my homie. All right? Bumpkin slander will not be tolerated.
Well, and Notlos is absolutely correct. It is not a communist or fascist state. We have a corporate oligarchy, period.
Right.
And the interests go to the corporate moneymakers.
Called a technocrat. That's what you have. You have a technocrat.
No, it's an oligarchy.
Well, the corporations are run by the technical companies,
Right.
so technically it is a technocracy. But true technocracy puts the technology in control, and we haven't done that. The technology is not in control. The motherfuckers who own all of the technological
Yeah, because don't we
companies are in
have people that go to like the Bilderberg group and go to Davos and stuff?
Right. So
But
those are not technocrats. Those are stupid motherfuckers who have been rich for 10 generations.
My
But the technocrats, we're not going to see at all. We're not going to really see them. If you do, we're not going to pay attention to no technocrats. But because it's trying to get into the where we're going to a Neuralink when it goes into a new world order, because we are going into a new world order. There's nothing anybody can say or do about it.
We're in it. We've been in it.
Yeah, we're like in the first part bands of the hurricane. We're in the hurricane, but like you say, we're in the first bands of it. We ain't got into the main part yet. Because the first part is that America has to
ride the Caliuga, right? Ride the tiger, all right? There's only one way, and it's surf the Caliuga, brother.
420,000 years left in the Caliuga.
But it's two different ways. Trump can use the Insurrection Act, but if he uses it, it's going to make him look like he's a dictator. Because the media, already know the media is going to hit his ass hard for that, going into the act saying he's on with the Insurrection Act. But he's not going to do this. Like let them eat their own. Let them.
So we're still in an age of war and destruction, man. Like it's still gonna be bad. Like there's something popping off if you look at world events. Like it is what it is. You just gotta ride the thunder on this one.
Yeah. No, I had a great grandfather who fought in World War II. Was on the beaches in Normandy. Poor man could never fought off an Allied invasion.
Fuck, where'd all these Americans come from?
Y'all need to go look at the footage when they attacked that hotel and they had the two agents that came downstairs and he was standing there and one guy, I think his hand got bloody or something. But if you look at the first one, the PD cop was there, he was laughing. Like it's kind of make like, is this shit really staged? Like they really fucking with us?
Well, that one guy clapping on the Minnesota shooting video, like it's fucking crazy. Like,
as someone who studied this for many, many years and like watched thousands and thousands of hours of body cam footage, that doesn't surprise me. We are like, there's been continuous escalation and we're at a precipice of escalation, but I'm not surprised, and it is business as usual. This is how these people think. You know, this like they got a let's go attitude about killing.
Yeah, and this metaverse where you see people driven by drama, it's merely a mirror of reality. And it's the
Right.
reality that people don't want to see because most people are involved in the drama their own damn selves.
Yeah. And the hyperrealism exists for the pigs too. You know, they got
Yeah.
no fucking idea what reality is anymore. If anything,
My
they're more
friend's my friend's
they're more
pop just came in and showed me something. I don't know if it's breaking or if it's been out there, but it puts it in clear, plain text that there was like anal rape happening at Mar-a-Lago in the Epstein shit.
Oh,
Like, and they actually mention the victims and their ages. And he's trying to send it to my friend so my friend can send it to me so I can put it up here. But that is, oh my god!
You're
Like
not
it
talking
says,
about Joshua Riley, right? Talking about the army dude. That's where you heard that from.
I have no idea. He just brought it. It was a real. I'm
Joshua
trying to
Riley came out and had in his interviews going around the internet with a buzz. He was in the military and he said Trump was sticking shit up his ass and all type of shit, and it's very graphic. But
That's crazy. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until I can get the real sent to me so I can verify it. But if
Trump
that's
is not part of none of that shit, man.
And nice to meet you, Michael and Panfusa.
Yeah, how you doing, man? What's up, man? 52 lives matter.
oh man,
Absolutely. Hey, there's my dick. How you doing? It's been a long time since I've seen you, and I'm not even obese.
It's happening.
oh man,
What's
like
up,
that was
Dick?
rough. But the hyper realism. You talking about the concept in the Soviet Union and how it's playing out in the U.S. Like the okay, so hyper realism from when I first had a run in with that notion, right? It was being depicted by ex-Soviet citizens. They're like, we would turn on the news and they're the best farming quotas ever in human history. The prices were the lowest ever, and they'd go out and see like the totally opposite in
sounds
reality.
like Trump.
Yes.
The economy is doing great. And there's
Biden.
nothing wrong with the economy.
America
the
is
problem-
now. Go ahead, Panfeather.
The problem is with that is that when gold and silver are like just fucking booming, you know you're starting to enter like a recession or like economical crisis. Silver's over $100 per ounce right now.
110. Yeah, it's like 1.8.
I made a
One
lot of money.
never again.
I made a buku amount of fucking money, so I'm doing great, but not everything else.
Or did you just preserve your purchasing power and you actually didn't make shit?
See, that's what I that's the only reason I would hold silver is purchasing power. To use it as funding or anything, I don't know if it's an asset that you can use through paper conversions, and that's how the United States system works, and it's a very good system. It's actually the reason that we have paper money. Back in the day when people couldn't move from one place to another and take all of their possessive belongings, they had a paper system. They developed a paper system so that they could transfer that that value monetarily to the other place, and that would give them the base to repurchase what they had to sell off before. That's the only way. That's the only reason for money. It's not meant for an exchange of business to person or something. It's meant to preserve the assets.
We have
make
silver
sense?
options, y'all. Just saying.
But
In
not-
light of your wisdom, let me ask this potentially dumb question based off of this. This is my own personal interpretation because this question makes me think about it. It may sound dumb, is what I'm saying. I'm not calling you dumb, gas mask. Like, how are they going to handle not having a penny? Like, our entire monetary system is about straight to the first cents place.
You'll be getting
like. I will be getting that. I will be getting that reel in just a second.
It
They
isn't
brought
necessarily.
Commerce in any way. I mean, what's difficult about not having a penny? I understand it's a fractional aspect of the currency, but if you just round up, you don't need it.
Yeah, but
Also,
if you
there's enough pennies
if you
in
round
circulation.
up, you're charging people more money, and that adds up.
They
That
don't
sounds
There's
like
enough-
America to me.
Why would
There's
anybody
enough-
care about that?
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Why aren't people getting ass mad about it? They're literally having to pay more money.
Bruh, we
They're
lost
literally
more than
paying
pennies
double
just
for the-
fucking last 6 months of inflation.
Yeah, the inflation's way
Americans
more
are fucking
shocking than
retarded.
rounding up a penny.
Yeah, no,
There's
I'm
also
saying
like,
all of this.
like a trillion pennies. in
Americans are
circulation right now.
overworked, undereducated, distracted, drunk.
Hey,
They care more
Hey.
about like what
Hey,
Beyonce is doing than
I
leave
feel
the
like a little
alcohol alone.
I feel
leave
a little
that-
bit targeted there.
I feel like
a
you
little bit
don't.
targeted
I
there.
feel like you don't have the alcohol's best interest at heart, Dennison. All right, the alcohol didn't do anything
Alcohol
wrong.
has brought us our civilization through many hard times. Do not disrespect the God's nectar.
or
Right.
caused us those hard times.
No.
All right, first off, alcohol. All right, Dennison, you have one time to attack cocaine and you're gone. All right, I just want you to know that. I'm just putting it out there.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
But no, I kid. No, I mean, I can't say I disagree with you. Americans aren't sending their best.
It's like, oh, they added another tax. Oh, big deal. Like I'm surprised people aren't like telling me to pay my fair share.
You should pay your fair
Why?
share.
What does it matter if you lose a penny if a penny's not a penny? I mean, if
Yeah,
it
the
actually
penny's not
had
even worth the
value-
penny anymore.
No,
Right,
that's what
so
That's what
it's
I'm saying.
insignificant.
Now in this
From the ground
town
up.
I'm in, they're dropping. If it's like 4 cents and below, it's actually going down to the next nickel amount, not up.
Right. And how many people are just paying with cards anyway? So
Correct.
80%,
Then it's
80%
still
of the
by
time
the
doesn't even
penny.
matter.
Right, because then it's still by the penny. It's only when you're paying with cash.
I don't know what happened, Michael. I'm sorry. If anybody ever gets just randomly dropped,
Nah, it wasn't you that did it. It was StreamYard.
well, either way, whether it's I do it or StreamYard, just come on back. So, nah,
But that shit been
StreamYard.
acting up. Yeah, that shit been acting up. My PS5 been acting up. Like the internet, man. It's a bunch of crazy shit going on.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago, like the fucking Verizon towers shut the fuck down for like a day or two.
Yeah.
You
My
get signal
bad.
anywhere. Why did you train those Indians and buy them a hot dog, Dennison? It's all your fault.
So do you?
I'm gonna fucking push a hot dog up your nose.
Whoa! Assault with a deadly weapon. I fear for my life. Pow, pow, pow.
Pow, pow, pew, 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 pew.
Well, let me ask y'all this question. You ever heard the United Nations Initiative?
Which one?
Well, it's the one for that's going into 2030.
Oh, I didn't know that
You
was a
gotta
UN
clickety
initiative.
clack your audio settings and check them boxes or something.
Mossad got him.
I've always wanted to see. I've always wanted to get into ham radios, but I gotta buy a house now, so that's
Yeah,
gotta
you can
wait.
get licensed by the feds too to be an emergency carrier.
Yeah, isn't it a felony if you utilize it incorrectly? If you put the wrong information on wrong channels, it's some kind of
It's an FCC violation.
Yeah, it can actually lead to pretty significant penalties.
Yeah.
The FCC, much like the IRS, you don't fuck around and find out. They'll kill you.
See, the thing is that everyone wants to be a doom prepper, but no one wants to be a warlord. The first day, shit hits the fan. Immediate gathering up all my boys. We're gonna get a bunch of horses. We're gonna become the warlords. Slavery. It's gonna be great.
I don't know, man. I'm going to my bunker. I'm gonna watch you guys fight it out on my closed circuit television.
Eat the bugs.
I'm going to become Kaiser, and people are going
You ever had
to.
freeze dried tiramisu?
No, I won't have to worry about that. I'll eat the heads of my enemies.
Get shot in the very
head
What is the
tastes
riddle
like
to
shit,
you?
bro. Head tastes
What-
like nickels and pennies. It's
Yes,
gross.
Yeah.
it's
I
they'll
lost
make
my
us.
first radio from the FCC.
I'm gonna eat freeze-dried ladyfingers.
We
Whoa.
shall establish the Mongolian cowboy Khanate in Texas, and we shall conquer the entirety of the Mississippi River, establishing a kingdom that shall last forever.
Until the
Okay,
mud blood swim.
$64 question. Has anybody ever seen an Indian eat a hot dog?
Indian, like
Oh wait,
native.
the dot kind or the ob kind?
Dot kind.
Dot kind.
Yeah, but
I don't
it was a
think that-
chicken.
well,
it was a chicken dog. They don't
It
like eating
depends on what
cows.
kind, because if they're Muslim, they can't eat pork. But the thing is also, if they're Hindu, they can't eat beef, and a lot of hot dogs have beef in them as well, so they can't eat them. Either which one they
Oh,
are.
man.
Regular
can't
hot
eat a hot
dog
dog.
has chicken and pork. And then you got
Chicken
the
and
beef
pork,
hot
unless
dog.
you get a beef Frankfurt or
Right.
a
Hey,
Hebrew,
oy
or a
vey,
Hebrew
Goyim.
National.
You should try out all beef Hebrew dogs.
They're good.
Hey,
You
yo,
ever had a Hebrew
they're good as
National?
fuck. They're fucking good as fuck.
No, hold up, because have you ever had a Hebrew National? I think they're the best hot
Yeah.
dogs ever.
I have. They're pretty good.
They're amazing. You know, that's
what
the
I call
one
my
thing that they
junk.
did
That's
right.
what I
That's the
call my
one thing
junk
that
when I
they
talk
did
to
right.
Jewish girls.
You
You
Call
want
it
to taste
Hebrew
my
National.
Hebrew National?
Oh shit.
But I don't think Indians can eat hot dogs because either they're chicken and pork or they're beef. So unless
They'll
there's like
sure as
purely
fuck sell it to
chicken,
you.
unless they're well, yeah, of course, but unless they're like purely chicken hot dogs, which not really a hot dog at that point, but it's
I have a couple of friends that are like half white and half native though, and they eat whatever.
well, not native. We're talking about like the dot dot.
They eat res dog, bro. Calm down.
Red Zone, yep.
Anyone notice that we put that carrier group back over there in the Red Sea?
Yeah.
Yesterday they arrived, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we have carrier groups like all around the fucking world right now. So
Hey, we got them Raptors out there.
we're gonna go bomb
that's
Iran again.
probably.
I mean, but if you haven't
Oh.
really looked into the documentation that America was founded to collapse.
Was
It
bound
was
to.
already-
I think all societies collapse eventually. They
You remember
eat
Albert
yourself.
Pike, though? You know who Albert Pike is, right?
The Admiral Pike.
When he
Right.
we wrote a letter to Jeps Manzini. He's the 33rd degree of Scottish Rite. He founded it in Charleston, South Carolina.
As a Freemason, all right, I can't allow this Freemason slander to occur.
Do you have access to the library? Give me
But if
some
you look
books
at
I want
Alice
to
Bailey, y'all know who Alice Bailey is, and like Madame Blavatsky and all this. When he wrote these books, like Lucas Trust, and he wrote all these books about how they wanted their occult to come into the open in this new world order where all religions will be gone and it would be one monetary system. But how you got to do that? You got to do that with an outside threat. You remember Ronald Reagan said, what that date was when he talked to the UN? He said, "What if we was facing an outside threat that would bring the whole world together?"
Aliens?
Well, and it's just to
Oh.
take a spirit that's it's just to take
motherfucking grays, reptilians. Go ahead.
it's to take something that inherently aspires to be free and enslave it. That's the whole purpose of what you just described there. You're going to take something that in its own intuition and inclination wants to operate independently and figure out a way to collectively socialize it and put it into that box where its thoughts and every of its beingness is controlled. Its whole identity is predicated on this fucking corrupt system.
Yeah.
Not Law says there's a new world order coming and America ain't gonna be the leader of it.
It's gonna
True.
be Israel. You know,
No, it's not even that.
I'm gonna pull up a document from Cambridge University Press that says otherwise. The Trading with the Enemy Act, fomented by the United States, is in fact called the New World Order. Let me pull that up and put it and drop it in the back for everybody. I
Yeah,
urge you to read it.
so far, the project for a new American century is kicking off just as planned. So
Does that mean that, you know, prosperity in a golden age is coming?
potentially, I don't think so. I think it's just more fascism and more like
It's more like a galactic lockdown. You know, it's going to really lock down. Like technology is going to explode, and we're going like back to 1984. And you're
give
going to have to
us an
take a mark.
emperor of humble
Yeah,
beginnings. Give
you're
us
going
an
to have to.
emperor who is
You're going to
strong
have
and
to.
wise.
Yeah,
Give
yeah.
us Emperor Aurelian.
They're gonna get rid of all our phones, and we're gonna be connected with our brains to that shit, Neuralink and shit. And you have to take this motherfucker apart. You'll go in there, take that shit, and that's how it's gonna be. And it's gonna be a lot of deflections from it. A lot of real protesting will go on during that time when that shit hits the fan. Like you got these dumbass liberals out here, like they're like 55 years old. They boomers. They're paid. If people can't see these people are being paid to come out here and stand out here. Yeah, I don't know what to tell them.
No, that's the folks that are living in their fee-fees. They just
So
living
you
in
think
their
some of them are
fee-fees.
getting paid, and you think some of them are out there just want to be known and try to go viral or something?
Well, this happened during the hippie movement. I remember when the hippie movement
Yep.
kicked off.
The issue is this isn't just an American thing. Like this crazy protesting, this left wing shit is happening all over. Like just I believe it was yesterday, whenever Australia Day was, like a leftist stabbed an Australian dude for just simply waving an Australian flag.
Yeah.
Like,
But doesn't this all go down to like common sense that we all can agree on illegals that are pedophiles, sex trafficking, murderers, and shit like that? The ICE doesn't just come in there and take people away. They have these people already on the photo and know who they got to go for.
well, see, here's the thing. Again, the left in Spain, like assaulting and fucking up their federal or police agencies and people. Be over like they're riding over 500,000 illegal aliens trying to seek asylum, and like Europe or Spain sending them back. Like this crap is happening all over the country, all over the world,
Yeah.
and all over the country at the same time.
The funniest part about that is that Europe, most of their European countries are not even at like demographic levels as 1980s America.
Europe looks like a third world country.
Yeah,
From
like
the eyes of like social media and stuff like that. But if you look at actual demographic levels, like they're not even close to where we are in America.
I would
see,
argue.
America, you have to attack America within like years and years of getting into the government positions and all these people.
That's what they've done. They've done that.
They've done it. Yeah, they're in the position. Yes, this is we are at the the storm is here.
Well,
Trump
no,
last term.
not laws. That's actually the opposite of my point. If I said that, I mean opposite. Like there are leftist internationalists who fund and organize things, but by and large, these are local movements that have similar things happening all over the world. Like what my point is, it's a global zeitgeist. Like things are
yeah.
The way people are thinking and the way people are acting is changing almost completely. Like whether you want to say it's going left or it's going right, what I'm trying to say is people are just changing the way they're doing things.
I don't think what I think is going to go to really martial law like in Minnesota, because there's going to be some protesters. They're going to ram a damn police vehicle and kill some police officers, federal agents in the car. I see it coming. They're gonna ram it. These guys are gonna have AR-15s and they're gonna ambush these ICE agents.
I doubt that. I seriously doubt that.
Tim Waltz is actually deploying the
It
National
might be
Guard
Tim Waltz
to
with a mask
protect.
on. Tim Waltz is out there. He hop out there, start gunning shit down.
Tim Walz is an idiot too. You deploy the National Guard, they're not there for the people. They're there for a blockade for the ICE agents.
Y'all know Tim Waltz been compromised 5-6 years ago when he was talking about
Oh, yeah,
China.
he was compromised when he was fucking born. He's a straight up idiot.
He's
he was working with
fucking
China. He got shit going on with China and shit like that. All this shit was set up, but it's in the blue states. It's not in the red states. None of the red states down south. Nobody, black or white, is worrying about ICE.
Well, we should be. Look at Texas.
Yeah.
Governor Abbott proud to announce our next Texas Economic Development Mission destination, India. Texas and India share a strong economic partnership. I look forward to further strengthening the ties over the next week. That partnership is literally letting fucking more H-1B visas in.
Oh no, yeah, trust me. As someone who lives in Texas,
this is funded by the India PAC. India has its own fucking APAC that is predominantly in Texas. Go ahead, Pen.
Yeah, as someone who lives in Texas, there is plenty of H-1B people over here. Anyways, it's like if you go to Houston, there's like an entire portion of the freaking city that's just like Asian, like Indians and Vietnamese.
So all the Indians own all the gas stations?
Yes.
It's still on all. Ain't no white or black man that own no gas stations.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like their own little Chinatown.
It's like the most weirdest thing because you'll go to like a town in the middle of like the east part of Texas that's like 99.99999% white, and then you'll have the one gas station there and it's owned by some dude from India. And it's like, how the fuck did you get here?
They have entire networks dedicated to doing that back in India. Well, no, they have entire networks dedicated to doing that back in India, finding gas stations, hotels, other businesses in small towns. They have investment banks in India that'll invest in Indians to go get this fucking business.
Where I live in South Carolina, there ain't nothing but Indians around here. They own all the hotels, like you said, Orthodox and gas stations.
That's how it was when I was there.
Well, it sounds like a conspiracy, but it's being busted wide the fuck open. Like, all of India is designed around scamming the U.S.
So how did we get like this money when they come over here? It's like going on for business loans.
Well, believe it or not, Obama put in his last term. Obama actually put an end to that, right? But for the longest, they were getting like $20,000 to $50,000 in startup costs to start these businesses.
And also, they didn't have to pay tax in my area. They didn't have to pay taxes for 7 years, and at the end of that 7th year, they could pass it off to a family member, and the process would start over.
Yeah, and that's what they did. And then they bought out these buildings and like turned half of it into living spaces as well, and just had like an entire assload of family living there. And then they would get on food stamps and buy the Coca-Colas and shit that you see stacked in there. That all comes from like Walmart bought off food stamps.
Oh yeah. No, it's in my town we got he's a Caribbean dude, owns a restaurant, owns a whole ass fucking restaurant. And he comes to my store and he buys like all this meat. And we had to stop selling him meat because we figured out what he was doing, and also because we got told don't do it anymore for him because he doesn't show up on time. He buys like oxtails, chicken leg quarters, all this other stuff, and he has like carts full of this shit. And then we figured out he's using EBT to buy this shit, which is a federal crime to buy it for a business.
Yeah, it is.
But hey, the Indians' best example of contributing to America is being normal citizens. You know, having kids, like having more Indians.
Let me ask y'all this question: what's the difference between Indians and Somalians?
Nothing, in my opinion.
I would think the Indians are kind of more smarter, kind of doing Somalians.
They're better at hiding their hatred.
They
Yeah,
have
yeah.
they have well, the entire Indian culture is built on nicety. Like that's one thing that I don't like happened to the West is we
You
joined
got
a
some
cult
dusty
of nice,
dog?
but their whole culture is built on fake niceties. It's
I
kind of
go in there
like
speaking their language. I'll be talking this shit to them speaking their language. I look
what you
that
went.
shit up, man. I be talking shit, man. Fuck you, all type of shit and this shit when I go in the gas station around here. I be speaking Hindi.
I can't do that to my boy. My boy Patel gives me raps for free.
Yeah, no. When I was a kid, I was actually born in South Carolina too.
Oh, you South
Myrtle,
Carolina? Oh
yeah,
shit, Murder Beach.
Myrtle Beach. Yeah, Myrtle Beach.
Oh, okay.
That's and where I lived in these apartments, there was a gas
Conway.
station. Conway, Jesus Christ, fuck that. Hell no, I will never go there again. Hell no. There was this.
Again.
I went there once, and that was the last time I went there as a white person. But but it's we had this gas station, and it was owned by this Pakistani guy named Raj, and he was cool. He was nice when he was in front of customers, but I had my brother work for him for a little bit, and he ended up being a fucking asshole. Like he is just the most shittiest person to be around.
Yep.
Yes, it is a product of their caste system. Like if you
Yeah,
notice, wealthy Indians hate American workers.
yeah.
They would rather bring in their lower caste so they can treat them like shit, and it's socially acceptable.
So where
Why
did
do you?
where did we fall off?
Wait. Hold on. Why do you think? Why do you think the fucking Vivek Ramaswamy keeps crashing out on people? It's because he sees them as a lower class and they shouldn't be able to question him. Remember, he's a first generation immigrant. His
The
parents.
irony,
Go ahead.
the irony here is that, like, recognizing a lot of our problems comes down to realizing that all these races that and cultures that we are tolerant toward and don't harbor the supposed white supremacist ideology that they blame everybody for that doesn't really exist is that's like the biggest hurdle to recognizing a lot of our problems, because these people hate the fuck out of us and they don't teach each other to be equality or anything like that. They in their own communities they teach flat out racism, and they're way more racist than the average American is.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
In
So,
India,
but how did we get this far with to let all this go on? Like we had slipped, we have fallen off
because
as a
of money.
Life
Because
got
of
too
money.
good.
Not
Life
because of
got too
money.
good.
The billionaires paid off a bunch of people, and they slowly but surely brought them in. They want the cheap labor and the easy control of a low IQ population. It's the billionaires, man. They're parasites.
maybe it,
like
yeah.
that's
Wouldn't it
the
be
thing
going
with
like 80
H1B.
years for us to act like this to get to this level we are at now?
It takes time. Subversion takes time. The
That's
thing
the
is,
thing.
like,
Yeah.
that you never really see it coming because it was always festering, and then when it pops off, it pops off. It could be now or tomorrow, but it is in fact now popping off, and people are freaking out about it. And it's like, no, if you're smart, you've seen it coming. You were warned a million times in the past, and then
Yeah.
you're afraid to be called racist, so you let shit go down. And now people are so angry. The powers that be are using their anger and pointing in stupid directions for more profit for billionaires.
Yeah. Like that's the thing with the whole like, oh well, young people don't want to work kind of bullshit. It's that not necessarily that young people don't want to work, especially blue collar jobs. It's like a lot of these jobs that are hiring like in blue collar, they're not willing to put people through apprenticeships to where they can learn the job, and they're always hiring only experienced workers. But also because of the fact that with H-1B visas or people who are here illegally, they can hire these people, make them work for less, and they don't have to pay them any like social health benefits or anything like that as the average American worker. And it's also a lot of that shit is that they'll put in a sign that says help wanted, but they'll never actually want more help. Is that they're just saying that.
Well, they legally have to put that sign up, and take
Yeah.
applications, and they're not looking for work. Like 70% of the jobs on Indeed are either scams or just fake placeholders for legal reasons.
So is that kind of like the same with the trucking industry? Like it's running rampant in the trucking industry?
Well, it was, but here's the thing: in Texas, California, even in Illinois, wherever they're hitting illegal immigrants and then sending H-1B visas home as well, truckers are making more money. It's almost like the people who are like, say they're libertarian or capitalist and they're in favor of importing infinity immigrant. It's almost like they don't understand the value of labor and how it drives down labor. It drives up. Drives lower wages down. I'm
Yeah.
incredible. I'm sorry.
All right, go ahead. Keep going.
But no, like it fucks up. They say they bring in economic growth, and it doesn't. It doesn't. It stays on a lower level.
It's a race to the bottom.
Yeah, it's fucking retarded. And then when you remove these people, you see housing become available, you see wages increase, and then everybody screams it's a bad thing. How is that a bad thing? Like the way I love capitalism, but the way we're doing it is it's cannibalistic in nature.
We're eating ourselves, yeah.
And exporting all of the nutrition, right? So we eat ourselves, but we don't digest ourselves. We give all that to other countries.
So how would it
But
look?
isn't there some nuance there too, where you also have the flip side where
Join
if
the
you
panel.
don't have an am I hard to hear?
No, I was telling
No,
Gary
good.
to join the panel. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You got it.
Oh,
dude.
no worries. It isn't the fact that it's such a convoluted process for someone to come to this country legally.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the argument the other side will make. But I think there's a valid point there, even though I do lean more the direction you guys are framing things. But still, to that point, we limit our ability to have the best innovation and to have the best minds by not having a clear, transparent process. And so then what we're essentially doing is attracting the criminal. You know, we're putting bait out there for the corrupt people who want to work and manipulate a system in a fraudulent way to be the one winning the game. And so, I mean, it's just a little subtle nuance you could change about it that would make it actually productive for average people.
But in the meantime, I would be like Trump said, right? Like, we need to put a halt on all immigration until we figure out what's going on. Remember when he said that and then backed away from it? Because I don't think we need any legal immigration right now. We got too much. We're good.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
We need a net negative immigration, even.
Right. And we need some deflation. You know.
Didn't Obama deport more people than Trump?
No, he even Biden even. Like,
So why is it a big deal now with Trump?
There isn't
evil orange man.
Yeah, Trump's not really doing anything effectively, but I will say that Obama redefined what a deportation was in order to fudge its numbers.
So you mean like it was more kindly when the ICE agents rolled up?
I believe what he did, it's been a while since I read into it, but he counted people turned away at the border as a deportation. You have to
catch
look
it at
it
the
up.
border instead of bringing them in and stuff like that.
Yeah. So you'd have to look it up, but it was similar to like what Clinton did when he said he balanced the budget, but really he just took the money from Social Security.
Yeah, well, that could be easy when you catch them at the border, but they've been Biden was flying them in and everything, all of the sanctuary cities. And you remember it was trying to get at the guy from Texas with the governor, and the governor was sitting up there to what's his name, Brandon? What's his name, Brandon? The mayor of Chicago.
Is that you, Gary?
Yeah, it's me.
What is up? Have you been enjoying Emmett's 40K streams?
Yes, I have. I actually did just get off another stream about some people arguing about flat Earth. So my brain is kind of. Forgive me if my brain is a little fuming right now.
Your brain's gone to mush.
Don't you know better than to
I had a guy. Wait, Michael, that's you. You're that. Are you that nigga that said that the moon was translucent?
No, I didn't say all that. I was going, man. I was going against the Aaron C and them other dude, man.
Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. I apologize.
What's the name? He can't tell. C was like, okay, all right, because he wanted the people up there that was flat Earth, so I was like, okay.
Of Aaron C.
Yeah, he's a huge flat earther apparently.
Oh my!
Yeah, he's a dumbass though. Aaron C's a dumbass.
He was saying some one. I don't think it was him, but I got to an argument on CTs. But one of the guys said he said that the Earth was not the Earth. The moon was transparent because it blends in with the sky.
Yep.
Wow. That is retarded.
That must have been to do mathematics or something that was up there.
No, it was Reese actually. I think it was Reese.
Oh, okay. I had left, and I came over here.
Yeah, same. Anyway, go. I didn't want to go butt into your conversation, y'all.
Yeah, if you're arguing with flat earthers, you're in trouble.
Gary, and what is your opinion on immigration? Welcome to the show.
Oh,
I actually want to hear your opinion on Minnesota and overall immigration. Yeah.
Overall immigration, I believe that for the United States, I say we should bump it back for a minimum of 30 years, like just flat out no immigration period. At least I'm not too big on having net zero immigration because I can understand if there's like job market crisis where for some reason, for one reason or another, nobody wants to work it, or we just don't have enough of a certain job, mostly specialty jobs. You should allow other people from other countries to come in if they're qualified, but only in like scarce circumstances.
I get that, and I would agree if we were at like normal. If we were like 50 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We're not at, like now. That's not the case anymore. That was the original. I can understand that the original idea, but that's not the case now. We need to just flat.
I think it was always meant to do that. I think it was always meant to bring in cheap labor. Personally, because it looks like it's a feature, not a bug.
You mean the whole immigration act, the way at least way the laws work now? I can see
cheap
that. Yeah,
labor used to mean that it was the jobs nobody wanted to do. You know,
cheap
like
labor used to be a job for the poor. That's what cheap labor used to be.
Right.
Can we trade some useless citizens out? I mean, I wouldn't mind that personally, but I mean,
if trading out negative citizens was a feature, then probably. But I don't know anyone who was willing to take them.
Well, that's the problem with the way. Well, that's the problem with the way the West deals with citizenship, right? Because, like, I'm gonna be real. Not even people whose families have been in America since the founding should kind of just be a citizen. Being a citizen is something that is. You're a member of an organization. You've earned your place. You have a say-so in the body politic. Like, so that's the way we look at citizenship is fucking retarded. Like, I understand people being born into it. Like, I get it. But to me, it just seems like a retarded premise. You should have to earn your citizenship.
So you think illegals should have due process?
I think everyone should have due process, but the due process would be different given the circumstance.
Yeah.
Why should illegal have due process though? He's illegal. You don't have no constitutional rights at all.
Well, here's my thing, right?
Michael, you're bugging out.
I am a Second Amendment extremist, not because I believe in the Constitution, but because I believe that every man should be armed, because an armed society is a polite society. And people tend to negotiate better when everybody is on somewhat equal footing. And so I say that to say this: like, I wouldn't even care if illegal immigrants owned weapons. The problem is they're illegal and they should be removed for being illegal. Am I wrong there? Like, we have a process for getting in. It's shitty, but people do it. They're jumping the line. They're lowering wages. Many of them are criminals. It just, I don't disagree with the administration's deportations. I don't like what ICE is doing. I feel it feels weird and icky. But I mean,
personally, I think we should go back to the olden days Not exactly, but I think a lot of individuals should have to work for citizenship directly. You know, the good old owning land, having some sort of business, et cetera, et cetera.
So military service,
Like you need to be
service.
a participant in the economy. Military service, yeah, I almost forgot about that one. You need to be a direct participant in the economy or the nation, and then you should have a say in whether or not
You have to be a vested member.
whether or not where the country goes. Yes.
Well, you have to be a vested member, right? If you're gonna have birthright citizenship, in order to vote, you should have to be a vested member of society, right? Yeah, you're a citizen, cool, but you can't vote. You can't vote because you don't have kids, or you don't own a business, or you didn't serve in the military. You're a citizen. You still benefit from everything the U.S. You know, it's you don't get to vote. America was not universal suffrage from the beginning. In fact, it is part of our tradition to restrict voting access. Just saying.
Yeah.
And it should be. Here's the thing. I'm not saying I hate democracy. I hate any form of it. I think it's stupid. But the U.S. was founded as a limited democracy, and it worked quite well. And you can pinpoint and it's not just a racial thing. It's not a gender thing. You can see when poor people and the lower classes started voting, and you can see that they voted to enrich themselves.
Oh yeah, the handout programs.
Yeah,
and like some of that was needed. Education and a social safety net's necessary in society. But
Mike is bugging out.
That would be Michael. Michael, you mind muting up when you're not speaking? Thank you.
Yeah,
sir.
I think he's moving or something.
But like a social safety net is necessary, and I'm not against it. In fact, I'm for it. What I'm not for is having unlimited immigration, and then those people get moved to the head of the line for handouts. Welfare, it's not for them. We pay into that system. It is for us. It is for citizens. But time and time again, and the biggest issue, honestly, isn't even the immigrants. Look at how much money our government gives in foreign aid to countries that don't even fucking need it. Like there is no benefit to being a United States citizen at this point in time. It is a net drag on us, and that's why I say all this, because we don't understand how citizenship works. We do it retarded, and it's supposed to be a mutual benefit. But all the state does is take from you.
Absolutely. And let me point out that the United States citizenship is a false nationality. It is a commercial venue. The real nationality is American or a state, the Republic of Iowa, Republic of Texas. You are a Texan or an Iowan or an Illinoisan, not the United States citizen. United States citizen is a 14th Amendment to enslave everybody in that commercial venue, make you bound by contract terms and conditions that are already laid out when you have never been educated on those contract terms and conditions. It's in fact a violation of your right to contract because of the public education system that indoctrinates you to believe and remember instead of actually learn what it's truly about. If a man is bound by his words, then why are they following the words of a government that misleads them?
I somewhat agree with the whole 2 years of military service thing, but doing I don't know about any government service though, because you could just be some pencil pusher for 2 years and then all of a sudden you get the right to vote. That makes no sense to me.
But no, it does make sense though. Think about it, right? You have to provide service, time, labor, something to the body politic to be a citizen.
Okay.
So
that I agree with too. But remember, I have two parents that were federal employees. My dad was a real estate appraiser, didn't know the first thing about real estate. My mom worked for Social Security office for 29 years. I guarantee you she never read the Social Security Act.
Right.
That is the problem.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of my point.
Thing.
Like you can easily get some if they're like I can understand military service, but when it comes to any type of government service, a good chunk of the time, if it's like a mandatory thing, they're gonna fill you up with doing some useless job. Like you do work in the government, and all of a sudden you're just fetching water from everybody or something like that.
Having
That's
a
just
job or owning land
Hey,
or
but-
having kids doesn't make you competent to vote. That would be
that's
my
what
problem.
I'm saying. I actually do think owning land does, mainly because of how you have to interact with the real estate market, and when it comes to maintaining land, I also think how your land
Do you know
maintained requirement. Because if you want to fucking
do y'all know the youngest YNs? You know what the YNs want to be? They want to be content creators. They don't want to be doctors, construction. They don't want to be none of that stuff. The new
as long as they
generation
don't-
want to be
as long as they don't
YouTube
vote, they can
content.
do it. As long as if we live in a society where
Yeah,
people
but
like
that's
as long as they don't
created by
vote.
the technocrats, though.
Well,
Yeah.
and remember,
We could just as
remember-
easily create an environment that would encourage people to become doctors.
And remember, folks, when these immigrants come into this mighty nation, they're required to take a civics exam before they become a United States citizen. And that is the problem with the actual United States citizens, as I say that.
Yep.
We're not really educated in civics anymore.
Yep.
That is true.
No, yeah,
I
you're
would
right
have an
about that.
IQ
We
test
educated
before I
in
had a service test.
No, we do pronoun tests now. Your pronouns. What's your
I remember-
pronouns? Anybody got pronouns?
Before I could graduate high school, you had to take the
My
state
pronouns are
constitution
C-Puppy.
and the federal constitution test. I don't know
Never.
if they still do that or not.
My pronouns are
God, no. When I graduated, we didn't have to take anything. We had to take these things called the EOGs, and then we graduated.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
And think about those that are using those pronouns in third person perspective. That means they're literally saying that they don't exist. They're literally saying they don't exist. They're not involved in the conversation. They're third person. So you can talk about them, yet they're demanding that you address them in first or second person capacity as they them. That's fucking
yeah, you're right. Isn't that fascism? That's fascist right there. That's fascist. Come on now, man. We better wake the fuck up, man. I mean, we've been sleeping too much, eating McDonald's and getting biggie bags from Wendy's. Yeah, we've been sleeping. Come on now. Have to wake up. Because we don't wake up, it's gonna be gone.
If they had it their way, we'd be using food stamps to buy McDonald's.
Exactly.
I think eventually it will get to that point, though.
Can I buy? Can I buy food? Can I buy rims with food stamps?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I can buy rims with food stamps.
You can use food stamps at restaurants in California.
Oh, that's diabolical. I guess I'm moving.
That's
to
fascist.
Can I buy?
That is fascist.
Yeah. That's fascist. Yeah, the real fascist.
Do y'all think it might ever get to a point where
It's crazy how the left is hypocritical. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I was going to ask,
Go ahead,
do you guys think it might ever get to a point to where when it comes to people on Social Security benefits like EBTs and stuff like that, that they won't be allowed to go into stores and that they could just use those services where they deliver food straight to your home? Because I know I actually know you can get discounts if you actually get your groceries delivered to your house in New York and DC.
And I would prefer that because it would keep them out of the public purview. I don't want their insanity out in public. If they stay at home, I have no problem with their insanity within those four walls. But when they bring it out into the public and aggress everybody else with it, fuck you.
It might get to the point to where that's mandatory. Like, oh, you can't use your EBT card at the store, but if you go online with this little code, then yeah, you can use your EBT all you want.
Isn't that what the illegals are doing? They got that debit card when they cross the border.
The way America does it is they offer incentives to go online.
They don't force
corporations do away with the in-person service, so that you're left with no choice but to stay online.
Like how they're trying to get. Well, personally, I was gonna say like how they're trying to get rid of jobs with self-checkout, because that's just another way of moving people out of the job market, even though the job's kind of but.
And that's the way we do most of our purchases, but that's because we have different things. We have no automobile, we have disabilities. So it works well for us. But when we go out into public, we don't act like fucking insane fucking dumbasses.
Yeah, people are stupid around here.
They're dumb, but yeah, they're stupid. But it's even more crazy with the middle-aged on white liberal women. They're out there blowing their damn whistles all goddamn day. Like, damn, but I guess if you're getting $25 an hour, I guess you'll blow it all day too. I mean,
To be
you got to
fair,
the point where they're impeding on federal officers of doing their job.
Well,
Speaking of,
I can empathize. I can empathize with
Go
the
ahead.
lazy. I can empathize with the lazy and the scammer. All right, I got unemployment for like 6 months. All my bills were paid, and I was big chilling. So like, I get it. I feel it. I can understand it. But I worked for that. I had to meet quality. I had to meet certain goals
Dude.
because Georgia unemployment.
How much illegals were getting?
When COVID hit, I used fucking unemployment funds to trade stocks.
Man,
Yeah, that's redacted. You got to say redacted.
I turned that $700 what it was Biden check into 50 grand.
Man, I wish I could do that. I'm self-employed. You can't be unemployed if you're
Yeah, I got some hands on unemployment for during COVID.
Gary got them PPP loans.
Yeah, I can't do that. How am I supposed to get fired from my own company? That makes no fucking sense.
Bro,
in North Carolina, you need proof, like some sort of evidence that you got fired in order to qualify for unemployment. You can't just quit. Be like, hey man.
Georgia black folks be like, hey, I'm gonna get that PPP loan, bro. They all go.
I had to go for those.
It's evil.
Bro, they are still going after people for the PPP loans, bro. That's fucking crazy.
To be fair, a lot of those people got away with it. I don't know too many people in my area.
But if you look at the new generation, there's no like dream.
People are actually still getting away with that stupid Chase scam bullshit. Very few people.
Wait, what Chase scam? Hold up.
Remember, I think there's a couple, like it was like last year where people were cashing in a bunch of fake checks and money orders in order to get the money. But it created like a stupid amount of debt. And a lot of people got away with that. A lot of people did get busted, but there's even more people who have yet to be busted. And all you gotta do is, most of the time, as long as you close your Chase account fast enough and you move states, they won't be able to track you unless you make another one.
Go to the next state over, make it's a Chase account.
You probably can, as long as you don't use the same information. But a lot of the things
I was able to open a Chase account without an ID.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't need an ID. You just need a name and an email address.
Oh, that's crazy, bro. They do this shit on purpose.
So what do you think illegals are doing?
It took a lot of effort on my part, and I'm an experienced.
While we were sitting here working now, like.
Hello?
I think he muted himself. Michael, you're muted.
Yeah, I had muted myself. We're breaking up.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Crazy.
Y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yo, this is weird shit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I agree with.
Well, Dennison and Michael are breaking up. That's crazy.
Went south.
I just got this sent to me.
Had a great conversation with the highly respected president of Syria and all of the things having to do with Syria and that area working out very, very well. So we're very happy about it. Tom Homan, as you know, is in Minnesota now. He's meeting with the governor and he's meeting with the mayor, I think, later. and I hear that's all going very well also. I'm going to Iowa. Some of you are coming with me, but I'm going to Iowa. And what can I say? The economy is good. It's all good.
Don't do it.
Coming way down. And we have a lot of...
Going straight to hell. I mean Waterloo. See, he knows. He knows he's going to Waterloo. That says a fuck. I'm going to Waterloo.
Well, you know, we're doing a big investigation. I want to see the investigation. I'm going to be watching over it. I want a very honorable and honest investigation. I have to see it myself. Yes.
Christy Nolan's going to step down.
No.
The president of Venezuela said that Fija is not taking orders from you. What do you want to say about that?
Well, I don't know exactly what's going on there, but I haven't heard that at all. No, we have a very good relationship.
What about
I'd like to see interest rates go down. Everything else is going down. We have the energy and fuel going down. We have gasoline in many states now at $1.99. Groceries are going down. We inherited a...
Where the fuck is his? Where is this $1.99 gas at?
Right here, where I
Up
live.
his ass.
That's some bullshit.
No, where I live
Is my audio
like
fixed?
201. Yeah, you're good, Denny.
Like,
Yeah. Man, I can't find dollar gas for anything. Everything around here is 3+.
Ours is 223 here.
ours is
201.
I think
ours
it's
is
239 where I'm at.
yeah. I was saying ours
It's
is
like
239.
But we're an agricultural state, so they got to keep it a little bit higher than the national average.
To be fair, I do live in a pretty nice area. Even though I live in near the mountains, the town I go to for working and stuff is pretty nice. So everything's kind of
I live in the
a little bit more expensive than it should be.
I live in the Waterloo, Iowa of the South.
Oh God.
If you never lived in,
think about this. On the national average, you got Chicago, New York, and all that. We have a population of 70,000, and yet we have hit the worst city in the nation 5 times.
well, the city I came from, East St. Louis, Illinois. Oh my God.
Yeah, but it's not Waterloo, Iowa.
Oh, it's worse than Waterloo.
No,
you come to Waterloo, Chuck. You come to Waterloo, Chuck, and then ask again why I have 93 cases.
Chuck's gonna drive through Waterloo like, God damn, that place sucks.
Yeah. You might as well go to one of them real sundown towns where they don't even allow people to breathe them unless you're from the neighborhood.
Why does Trump look like he's about to cry?
I mean, to be fair, he is like, how old is Trump? Ain't he like 70+?
He's like 77 or something.
I love how this man's a convicted felon and president of the United States.
Yeah.
Does that mean he can't carry his 38?
But at least he talked.
Because each president.
But at least he talks. Biden didn't talk at all for 4 years. Where was Biden?
79, getting ready to turn 79, getting ready to turn 80.
See,
Trump probably got
no wonder he looks like a prune.
No, he got a submachine gun.
I love how America every so often, well, every day of its existence, gathers around to bully an old man, at least half the country. Like, the presidents are old as fuck.
Right?
There's always somebody talking shit and being mean to old people.
Man,
I'm like, come on, he's a raisin.
Yeah, man. I was like, man, why are all your policies suck? Because I'm 80 and I have Alzheimer's.
But you're not understanding. Trump is. But you're not.
You keep cutting out, Bubba. You might need to leave and come back.
Yeah, for the 5th time, by the way.
But no, like, it's fucking wild. Because every president has a gun they carry as part of their as part of the directive for Secret Service, right? And Trump has like this gold-plated 38. So does that mean like he can't keep his guns? Like, can he pardon himself?
He might have a
Well,
fucking
well, he
combat
currently,
knife.
well, he currently has 34 convictions for falsifying business records, but the courts gave him unconditional discharge, meaning he doesn't have fines, jail time, or anything. And in the meantime, he filed an appeal in October 2025, so they still have a good chance of being overturned because of
This bar shit, yeah.
Not to mention he's been dissing out secret deals with other countries in order to prop up his stupid little Trump coin in exchange for presidential policies.
You guys all know, and this is something I've spoken on before. One day I hope to make my own coins. You can make your own coins, and that is a substantial asset base for yourself.
Yeah, but see, our government's got a big deal of killing people that do that.
Yeah, that's kind of why the fancy metal quarters got numbers on them.
Right, but see, when you make your own coins, they're a private association thing. They only get dispersed throughout your private association. They do not go into a public market. That's the loophole, folks. You have the right to private contract, and in that private contract, you can use your own monetary means.
You can't have a bank though. If I remember right.
Right. You're correct. You cannot operate as a standalone bank. You can be a bank in contract with another bank on the public side. This is how you transfer private wealth to public wealth.
Mess with very, very high prices, very, very high prices. And I will tell you, we've made a lot of progress. So we have the groceries going down. We have the energy going down. We have gasoline going down at a record clip. And that's what I want to do. We're doing well. Well, I'm looking at that whole situation. I love everybody. I love all of our people. I love his family. And it's a very sad situation. Yeah, please. I have, yeah.
That guy, father, was a Trump supporter.
I think she's doing a very good job. The border is totally secure. You know, you forget. We had a border that I inherited where millions of people were coming through. Now we have a border where no one is coming through. They come into our country only
Detective
legally.
Chess determined that was a lie.
Those things. You know, people forget as soon as you accomplish something, it goes into history, and nobody ever wants to talk about it. We had a border that caused all of this problem. Biden caused, and the Democrats caused this problem. They allowed tens of millions of people to come in. Many of them were murderers. Many were drug dealers, drug addicts, people from mental institutions. They allowed these people
and some were good people
to come into our country. And that's what we're talking about. So if you remember, we had a horrible...
I stand by this message, gas mask, protect big booty Latinas.
Border, the worst border.
Yeah, big booty Latinas, y'all. Shout out to the big booty
People were
Latinas.
blowing through by, we think, 25 million people, not to mention drugs and everything else. And that border is absolutely closed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take this time as a grift break. We are 2 hours in. If you like the things that we talk about, the stuff that we do, please consider sending a donation. Links are in the description. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get back to the video. This is I agree with Charles Darwin. I hate when he does interviews by the fucking Air Force One. Like, not Air Force One. What the fuck is the Marine One? I feel retarded now. Because you can't hear shit but the it's fucking crazy.
The blades aren't even spinning.
That's actually a trick of the RPM from the helicopter, they're actually matching the shutter speed of the camera. It's actually very funny and cool to watch sometimes.
Well, prices are coming down. The border is really strong. You know, if you remember, I probably got elected more than anything else on the border. We had a border that was open with 25 million people coming through with an open border policy.
No, I think that thing's turned off.
And that's the one
Yeah.
the policy that
Hold
You
on.
might you might be hearing the whir of the jet engine that's on there.
On Marine One, he's gonna get on Air Force One.
Well, it may be Air Force One in the background.
And that's the jet engine you hear. Didn't he get a new Air Force One?
That was that was Qatar One, all right.
And for Charles Darwin, there are 34 felony counts of falsifying business records in the first degree. But again, that is based on the fact that he assessed his property value at such a rate that the other people didn't agree with it, but that's a normal business practice. It's called negotiations. You start high because it's your property. They counter with a low number, and you go back and forth. They're saying
it's worse than that.
Wait, hold on.
It's worse than that.
I'm extremely petty, so I got to prove to y'all what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's levitating. No, that's so the blades match the shutter speed on the camera.
Yep.
So it looks like they're not moving, and that's what's happening in the jump audition.
But you can see that it's turning though, and like the helicopters are designed so that the blades are flexible, and Marine One's blades were hanging down.
Fair.
Right, if they were spinning, they'd be up. You're right, Dennis.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
So Donald Trump actually assessed his property. The prices were legitimately not valid, but his business partners agreed to the prices though. And New York stepped in and said, we don't care if all the parties are agreed and satisfied, because he had actually paid back. Not only did the banks and the assessors agree to his overvaluation of his property, but he paid back the fucking loans.
Exactly.
So, yeah. And so then New York came in after the fact and said, hey, we don't care if all the parties agree. We don't agree. So fuck you.
All I'm saying is he's assuming the position for whoever Bobby was or Bubba, whoever Bubba was. I'm sorry, I'm petty and childish right now.
President Bubba.
Bill Clinton, what are you doing there? You don't see Bill Clinton right off camera.
was the problem that we have. With all of that being said, other than, I would say, just to put it accurately, Minnesota, and in particular Minneapolis, because it's not all of Minnesota, every city that we've gone to has been, like, literally crime has gone down 50, 60, 70, 80. In Washington, it's gone down. There's practically no crime. You know, Washington is a great example, but you take a look at other cities, Memphis, Tennessee, the crime is down 78%.
Is that true, Chuck?
What? Hey, no goddamn way.
I disagree with that.
A 78.
Unless things have changed recently.
A 78% crime dip. That's insane.
Fascism works, folks. Fascism works.
Did he put the guard on the ground in Memphis?
I don't remember him. I don't remember any guard notice in Tennessee at all. But
no, their claim would be that Memphis cooperated. Right, that would be right. We had such a success there because there aren't any crazy leftist loonies in Tennessee, and they let us do our job. That would be the White House narrative there.
You know what? I support that narrative.
All right. I don't think it's 100% accurate, but it's okay. It's okay.
Nah, I support that narrative.
All right.
Yeah. There's like 500
I-
guardsmen on patrol in Memphis.
What I'm seeing, it says overall crime has
Oh,
dropped 27 to 41%, and I still don't believe that either.
Motherfucker said 78 though.
Yeah, twice what the what
Actually,
it says here.
I can believe it if you think about it. That's a trend. I mean, that's not a trend. That's a immediate impact. So if you send a bunch of federal agents out into the streets and a bunch of National Guard, and there's a bunch of like protests and riots going on, and the feds and cops are all over the place, you would expect petty crime to go down significantly and lower the overall number of crime dramatically. But then as soon as everybody goes home, it goes right back to business as usual.
Mm-hmm. I'd agree with that.
Now, only if he stated that when he made that statement or something similar, then we wouldn't have this level of confusion.
I just don't think they have the protest in Memphis like they do other places.
Oh hell!
To be fair, even though
Trump.
Carjacking's down 50%, but that would be because the immigrants have stopped stealing.
You know what? It's working. Okay, it's working.
Yeah, that's all that matters. It's working. That's all that matters. Results.
That's crazy.
It's not. I mean, I could almost make an excuse for it if it were.
It's an illusion because once, just like Denizen said, it's because of the presence. Once they leave, it'll go back up.
But the results,
they're never leaving. They're never leaving. That's the thing. That's the neat part. They're never leaving.
And if they don't, again, that would be one of those clear signs that I said. I see America slowly turning into Hitler's willing executioners, military presence in the streets.
Well, if we start seeing infrastructure like that, Cop City.
Wait a minute. We already see that.
We already start seeing infrastructure being constructed.
Well, the implementation of excess military equipment being distributed to the police departments, that's already taken place. Been taking place
until my small town sheriff's department has a fleet of Abrams A1 tanks. I don't want to hear about militarization of the police.
This fucking guy.
That's because you're a fascist. You want full regime.
Yes.
To be fair, that would be a very nice standard in some of these cities.
Some
occupation means full employment.
Some not
Would you like to know more?
Yes.
And especially if it creates an artificial job market, so that some of these Gen Zs could actually get a fucking job around here. Oh, do you want to go on a training to help pilot these tanks?
Is a dead bug.
Yes, but instead of bugs, it's the Chinese.
I can't understand you. Go back to your country.
Man, like, that's the thing. The tensions with China are ratcheting up. That's crazy.
Did you already hear about how they got boots on the ground in what is it? It was either Hong Kong or Taiwan. It's one of them. I can't remember.
Who, the U.S. or China or CCP?
The CCP.
The CCP is going to destroy so many of our ships with their anti-ship missiles. Like, we've forced them to be on a defensive mindset for so long that they've got that shit on lock. They've countered the fucking island chain against us. Or the island block chain, or whatever they call it. And it's just, they're gonna take Taiwan eventually. So they're talking about as early as 2026.
Dang.
But
now we got islands under our control from Australia heading up that way, where we've got permanent marine bases set up now.
Yeah, I don't even think the rest of Asia will go along with China taking Taiwan.
No, I don't think so either.
We'll see what happens, I guess.
Because if they get control of Taiwan, there goes, what's the name of that strait there that runs between Taiwan and China?
The Taiwanese Strait.
Thank you. I had a brain fart.
A big one.
I'm telling you.
What's
Oh,
what's that
Lord.
what's that strait near Taiwanese called?
See,
But
would
we've
you
been
say
hitting so many subjects. It's like the brain don't want to shift gears.
But
It's so
would-
fucking
but-
cold
What's
here.
that canal over by Panama? What do they call that again?
What's the
Oh, they
name
call
of that?
that my backyard.
What's the name
See,
of that
I'm not-
country where the states are united? What's it called again?
What's the name of that
Puerto
river
Rico.
that goes right through Colorado?
Formosa Strait in Taiwan.
All right, y'all. All right.
Thank you,
That's
Wizard.
That's America's favorite pastime is beating up old people. All right, y'all be nice.
You'll have to pry this out of my cold dead hands.
And some of you guys some of you guys know me as the angry old man. That's one of my business concepts, rage boosts, where you take porcelain, you get to for each plate that you throw, you charge them for each plate, and they get to release all the rage they want.
That's crazy. But we got a new video. Apparently, ICE is leaving Minneapolis.
Well, they
Wait, what?
struck a deal.
Welcome back. Immigration agents will be leaving Minneapolis soon. Border Czar Tom Homan will take over operations. The staffing change comes as fallout from the death of Alex Preddy deepens. NBC's Morgan Chesky has the latest.
Yeah, after weeks of a bit of back and forth, we are starting to see early signs of a dramatic shift in tone, as well as potentially federal presence here in Minneapolis itself. Mayor Jacob Frey saying that he had a conversation with President Trump, and after weeks of disagreement, those two men came to the same conclusion. The situation on the ground here in Minneapolis cannot continue as is, and that's why today we're anticipating some somewhat stunning changes here. First off, the departure of Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino, who's become a highly polarizing figure, particularly since the death of Alex Preddy. His departure is signaling the arrival of Border Czar Tom Homan. The president saying that Homan will be reporting to him directly as he takes over all of ICE operations here in the city of Minneapolis. Not only that, but a federal official tells NBC News that an unknown number of federal agents should be departing Minneapolis as early as today, although we don't know the exact number or when that will be taking place. In the meantime,
So
as a
they're making shit
memorial
up.
for Alex Preddy only grows, the investigation into his death deepens. A judge's order is remaining in place, prohibiting the Trump administration from altering or destroying any evidence that could later be used and looked at by state investigators who allege that they were blocked off from the very crime scene when Preddy's life was taken. Morgan Chesky, NBC News, Minneapolis.
Now, I dropped a link in the
Meanwhile,
back.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is headed to Capitol Hill. She'll testify before the Senate Judiciary Committee on March 3rd to answer questions about federal immigration enforcement. Some Republicans are calling for an independent investigation into this week's shooting.
Now, you know that part of the deal made was that they were the local police departments are going to start providing security for the remaining ICE agents.
Right. And I dropped a link in the back in regards to the 9-0 decision, U.S. Supreme Court on this topic. You want to watch that? Great.
Oh, yeah. You got to take the whole totality of the situation into account rather than just the act.
Decision almost never happens. And when it does, it's not because the issue is simple. It's because something has gone so far off track that even the most divided court in modern American history feels compelled to speak with one voice. This week,
Sounds like AI.
all 9 justices, originalists, textualists, pragmatists, liberals, conservatives, set aside ideology and delivered a unanimous ruling that will fundamentally reshape constitutional law, police accountability, and the real-world meaning of the Fourth Amendment across the entire United States. In an era where 5-4 decisions dominate headlines and dissenting opinions read like political manifestos, a 9-0 ruling sends a very different message. It tells us the court believes the law drifted too far, too dangerously, and for too long. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now, because what the Supreme
I hate these AI commercials.
Yeah, this isn't
for years.
for anyone who knows this.
Yeah, what the fuck? I don't even
Oh,
want to watch this now.
Yeah, it just all it says is they can no longer just take the point of immediate life or death as a fear factor. You have to take the totality of the situation. Were they provoked? Was it necessary? All
Right.
factors.
Yeah, they can't just use clear and present danger in the second that they acted. They have to go
Correct.
to the prior incidences and events that led up to it.
Well, that's just gonna make even more arguing.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I'm.
well,
wouldn't
it actually goes to the absolute right to cure, and this is the problem. Most people don't understand that the right to cure is a due process, and that's what they're actually violating by using that clear and present danger in the moment rather than going to the beginning.
Yeah, these people are getting denied legal proceedings altogether. So what this will do, no matter what, even if it can be used to argue in favor of police action, it's going to open up more police to litigation either way.
Correct.
That's what I'm going through in the current court situation is they're trying to use clear and present danger, but yet the landlord failed their strict statutory duty to issue a 7-day notice to cure upon our noise complaint. By not issuing the 7-day notice to cure for the noise complaint, the tenants upstairs continued in their noise and escalated the situation. And now they're trying to use the statutory clear and present danger against me when that would have all been avoided if they'd have done their statutory obligation.
Jesus, did you have to
Was
ice your
you
neighbor
power?
over a noise
Was you
complaint?
power? Was you power fucking
Damn
making
near.
too much noise?
Damn near.
Damn. I told you, Waterloo, Iowa is a hellscape. That's crazy. Dude just didn't want to hear. Dude just didn't want to hear. Want to hear you having sex, man. Calm down, El Perro. Or maybe
Well,
he didn't want
They
you to
don't
hear
call him the
him.
dog for nothing.
Well, and they could have very easily satisfied it with our $3,000 actual damages and dismissal, but instead they're taking it under advisement. So I hope they're still going to dismiss it, but that would only prove in on and for the record that we have a civil violation, and then we're going to move forward with punitive damages against the landlord for $6,500, and we're asking for $25,000 for actual damages for
Who was making all the noise?
The upstairs tenant.
Ah, I thought it was you. No, it was upstairs.
So how did that affect you personally, El Perro? Like, why is all this happening?
Well, my companion has frontal temporal dementia, so they're subject to various different environmental consequences if they don't have peace. And when the noise from upstairs disturbs her, she gets emotionally distraught, and it takes it out on me. So I did what I could do with the upstairs tenant by giving them notice myself. Went up and knocked on the door and politely asked them to quiet down because it was causing problems with my companion. They refused to do so. It escalated. I contacted the landlord. The landlord is required, folks, under statutory obligation to give a 7-day notice to cure when they have complaints from the tenant. And this manager has been managing property for 8 years, and she admitted on and for the record that she knew of no statutory duty such as that. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. If she'd have if she'd have issued the 7-day notice to cure and they didn't quiet down after the first week, I could have called in a complaint again, and they would be the ones being evicted. Instead, the landlord negated that obligation, and equity imputes an intent to fulfill an obligation, and forcible entry and detainer for evictions is an equitable action. They're lost. That woman should never be in property management. If you don't know the law, ignorance of the law.
What kind of noise were they making?
3 adults, 3 children in a 2-bedroom apartment, and the children running and jumping, stomping, screaming, hollering, and yelling all day long, well past the 10-hour mark or 10 p.m. mark.
What noise wasn't they making?
Exactly.
Yo, I'm on Facebook, and Somebody posted a video of the Petty shooting when the cop grabs the gun and steps away. It's like AI enhanced video of a man who disarmed Alex Petty, and it's him stepping away and the gun misfiring, and it's like just AI slot, like straight up, like it's a hand cannon going off. There's smoke everywhere. It's fucking crazy. But y'all
Post
ain't.
put in the back chat.
I will. Hold on. Oh my god. I'll post it to the Discord for everybody.
Okay. Charles,
Like,
Charles, most businesses work through Facebook. You cannot call us boomers. You get real money off Facebook nowadays, man. Don't you dare diss Facebook.
Yeah, you can.
It's the second largest advertising company in America.
Yeah, I use
Facebook's still a
Facebook all the time for my web development. Don't you dare dish Facebook.
And you can reserve your rights on that platform. And when they try to say they're the publisher, Mr. Zuckerberg is totally wrong. They are not publishers. We are the content creators, and notice that button on Facebook that says post. We are the ones that publish it. They are only a platform for our publishings.
yeah, that's a Section 230. She is. That's what always annoyed me about the censorship. And no, I'm not a boomer. I'm a spiritual boomer, I guess. But no, that's what always annoyed me back in 2016 to like halfway through Biden's administration is all the fucking censorship political wise. It was annoying as fuck. Like they completely changed the internet forever. Like so many websites are gone or not accessible now, and it's crazy.
So what I see in the title you had Ukraine. What was you gonna say about them?
I forgot. I'm gonna be honest.
Look, old man.
Yeah, I haven't heard any news from Ukraine yet. I mean, the last thing I heard was Russia was sending a bunch of niggas on horseback in order to help reinforce their taken territory. Something about an infantry issue. So they were like, we don't have the tanks and the buggies like we used to. So we're just gonna send a bunch of motherfuckers on horses.
Well, no, there was
light brigade.
The Battle of Koshkavantia. I can't say that word, but like the Russians were about to advance, and then like the arms depot exploded, and like they couldn't do anything. They're like,
oh, that's evil. That's diabolical. Fuck the supply chain. So we'll send Gold Ship and the rest of his kin with you instead. That's all we got.
oh man. But no, Russia. Trump had said he wanted a full like ceasefire. Russia had said Russia offered a partial ceasefire.
Yeah, I remember that.
Ukraine is like telling Trump, go fuck himself. We don't want a ceasefire. And they're telling Russia, go fuck themselves. We don't want a partial ceasefire. So it just, I feel like they're just
supposed to meet.
I don't know.
Putin and Zelensky and then the U.S. representative. I thought they were supposed to have another meeting.
What? Yes. Oh, my bad. I thought it was mute.
But like, I don't know. That's all I heard. That's all I've heard since on Ukraine since. And I was gonna ask, did anybody else hear about that attack or anything going on?
No, just the horse. Just the horse.
Just the horse. They're using World War I weaponry again. Like
a horse with no name.
You know, at least with AI, the new Civil War music is gonna be a banger.
Do you think we're gonna drop a couple of reminders on Iran?
I don't know. Are they still in open rebellion against the government?
I don't know.
I heard that they are, but
I heard the internet shut down for like a month.
Yeah,
We're gonna start randomly getting fucking. This is the zombie apocalypse, guys. It's in Iran.
They
We're in
have to
that
let
timeline.
they have to let Operation Ajax Part 2 play out first, because you could cause a consolidation of the people in the government if you attack. So they got to let this CIA ground operation run its course and see how that works, and then depending on the outcome, then there may be strikes.
Yeah, I heard
Couldn't
they're getting a little shaky. The government itself is starting to get a little shaky from all
Yeah.
The
protests.
the Ayatollah is not even in the country right now.
He's in China.
Didn't they kill Khomeini?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah, how did he die?
Fucking
Fuck, I don't-
poured one out for a real when the Ayatollah Khomeini did nothing wrong.
He just wanted his people to be in check. That's all he wanted.
Let's see here.
He had
Oh,
a shit
Mr.
ton of
News
heart
Guy,
attacks.
get on it. Did he?
When did he die? What year was it?
90.
But no, the Ayatollah is not even in the country. I heard he was in Moscow.
Could be. I know he's in one of them two places.
He's hanging out with Bashar al-Assad right now.
To be fair, he could be bouncing around from country to country for all we know.
Well, no, that's the funny thing. Like, Bashir al-Assad is just living on Putin's couch right now.
Yo, homie, pass the vodka.
The blankets are in the second closet. Just make yourself at home.
Nah, bro, it's one of them situations where you go to sleep before giving your homie a blanket. Wake up, they've got like the big screen box covered up, or like got the rug pulled.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Make sure you label all the food in the make sure to label all your food in the fridge. We got a couple of people who might get confused.
That's just what Bashir al-Assad is, acting like the Kremlin's his now. Vladimir Putin's fucking losing his shit. He's like granddad from the Boondocks. Who the fuck smoked my orange juice? I don't know, man. That's gonna fuck with Russia. They were getting a bunch of fucking drones from Iran. So
yeah.
I don't know. I'm out of vape fluid.
I just looked it up.
Drones-
Apparently, the Air Force
drones.
is doing a bunch of drills. Yeah, they're doing a bunch of drills right now in case they gotta infiltrate Iran.
Yep.
Oh no. Denison, are they gonna do it this time?
What, strike?
I mean,
Take
if they're doing loopy loops in the sky and running safety procedures, probably.
No,
Just
I
in
don't
case.
think it's not in our best interest to enter a direct hot war with Iran. They're going to try to destabilize the current regime with this, the on ground operation. And then, depending on what the outcome of that is and how Iran reacts, that'll determine whether or not Trump does another assassination. I think that's what he would do. He'll eliminate more of their leaders.
I think that's rude. I think that's incredibly rude. What did Iran ever do? Ain't no Iranian ever called me a cis white male.
Apparently, there was a protest I think this is either yesterday or the day before, where 6,000 something people died.
See, Iran is pro tranny.
In Iran, they did a government crackdown on a protest, and they just started blasting motherfuckers.
In Iran, they're so anti-gay that they think it's better that a gay man just pretend to be a woman, and they endorse sex reassignment.
So you're so gay that you're pro-trans?
So anti-gay that you're pro-trans.
Is that why 10th Man is so angry?
What?
Does he feel like that's where we're at in the
You not
world?
get what I'm saying, Gary?
No, I get it. It's just I don't see how someone else, I understand it. It's just I don't know how the fuck someone else could reason that shit in their mind and
Well, I mean,
legitimately
the trannies are reasoning that shit. That's exactly what they think.
They're like, yeah, go oppression.
Imagine being a dude. I don't know. Maybe imagine being a dude. You love dick so much, but you hate being gay. So you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna go all the way and
It's you know what? It's not about hating being gay so much as wanting access to straight men, in my opinion. Like, so half of it is the fact that women are so privileged now in this society that men try to push themselves to the top of the like a privilege hierarchy by transitioning, by becoming women.
So
Then
you're out here.
you get the privileges of women, plus you're also a third category now, which is even more privileged. And then I think it also has to do with the fact that like gay men don't think there should be straight men. They think that, if they can declare themselves a woman, and then it's a heterosexual relationship for any man, for them to be with any man. It's like they're so greedy. There's not enough gay men to go around. They want to tap into all the other markets.
That's fun.
Brother.
So you're telling me I'm out here chopping, I'm out here borderline growing, installing breast, chopping my meat off, and dang near genetically engineering myself because out of sheer jealousy and spite.
I wouldn't say sheer jealousy or spite, just like,
I mean, what else would it be then? That's what.
Why can't I have a straight man? That's basically what it comes down to, right? Like,
is it why can't I have a straight man, or why does she have to have a straight man? Which one is it?
Well, obviously there's a lot of misogyny in the trans, ideology.
That is true.
Denizen
I'm not disagreeing with you. It's just it's not logical to me.
I'm saying, man, I'm here all week. Don't forget to tip your waitress. These are the ramblings and musings of Denizen X. Are you not entertained? Hit that dono button.
Maybe I'm too straight to get it.
I am entertained.
Oh man! Somebody pick up that 1980s office phone. God damn it!
Yeah,
what was that old Vietnam song? Where have all the flowers gone? We'll have to change the lyric. Where have all the straight men gone?
All right.
Oh,
I bet
bro.
somebody already did that though. We just don't know who.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Oh man. What was that one fucking Vietnam era song? It's one of my favorite songs. Fuck, I can't think of the name now. Fuck, hold on, I gotta look this up. I gotta share it because it's funny. It is funny as fuck, and it's so topical. What was your favorite Vietnam era song? And if you say "Fortunate Son," you're out of here, Chuck.
Oh Lord. There were so many. But man, yeah, the original hippies, being around them, you had to wear a clothespin.
What?
Because they didn't believe in bathing. They was some foul smelling folk.
Wow.
Yeah, basically they were just homeless people, for lack of a better word. Vagrants, yeah.
So that's crazy. That is crazy.
Sounds like the modern hippie, but without the drugs.
Oh, there's drug use, prevalent. That's where free love came from.
Like, so I get, sometimes I watch the news with my friends. Sometimes we'll watch the Trump administration press conferences or whatnot. And this morning we were going over videos for the protests in Minnesota, and my friend's just sitting there, taking a hit of his vape, just like annoyingly staring at the protesters. Like, these people are fucking annoying, and it's just them clacking the things and being loud. And I'm just like, I get it, Ice. I get it. Do your thing. Because like I don't know. I hate being annoyed. I
You
don't
know
know. Am I good?
what's fucked up is a Vietnam era song spans like 30 fucking years.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
We refuse to leave that fucking place.
I mean,
Well, I
it
mean,
started
have you
the late
ever
50s.
any of that Vietnamese Mickey? Look at what it did to Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a fact. That is a fact. It stole him, snatched him right up, like one of those underground traps. One of them underground
We need
traps.
an underground railroad to get Josh back.
Every Vietnamese passport, bro. What is Josh a passport, bro? I guess he is.
It's the tiny slanted pussy is what it is. It gets you every time.
Does the angle do something?
But Josh,
you're lucky I didn't set it to the 1960s ringtone, dumbass.
You know, there's this one song that references Selma, Alabama, and I can always find it on Google by that reference, and I can never find the title of it or remember the title of it, and it just makes it so much harder. Plus, I'm illiterate and can't spell sometimes, so it gets fucked up, and it's really hard for me to find. But it's really topical.
Eve of Destruction.
Yes, thank you, Dennison. Thank you. I love this song so much.
that was that Tommy James and the Shondells, or was that
Barry Maguire.
I had that on 8-track.
I
That
mean,
was living.
It is.
You wasn't living unless you had an 8-track quadraphonic stereo.
He got all the puss. I love this song so much.
Hey, Arthur, I gotta head out. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's comparing it to Red China.
Yeah. And the eve of destruction. That harmonica gets me every time, brother.
Damn, this brings back the memory.
What's it say?
Napalm.
Napalm.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Smells like victory.
Get some.
M60.
How can you shoot women and children?
I can
It's
show you.
easy. You
Pull
just
the
don't
trigger.
lead them so much.
You pull the trigger.
I'm just saying, with AI music, this new generation's protest songs are gonna go hard as fuck. Okay.
That song was
Well,
big.
I dropped my own in the back.
You did? All right, hold on. Let's
Yep.
see.
And I hope you guys appreciate it. It's about the First Amendment and the epitome that I have a singular right to express myself, but the most important right exponentially is everybody else's right to know. And when Paul Revere went out, the British are coming, he was expressing his right and giving a fair warning to the rest of the people. That's our duty, to openly discuss the corruption and breach of their contracts and the dissent.
Base, let's check it out.
Fuck, this is one of them you gotta read.
Beneath the pines where the red clay cries, a preacher's words cut through the lies. With a Bible worn and a rifle tight, we march where the tyrant's shadow bites. Oh, freedom's flame burns through the night, a rebel yell for the righteous fight. Break the chains, let the truth be sworn, from dust and blood a new dawn's born. Sow seeds in her husband's field, her tears baptize the ground they'll yield. A soldier's ghost hums an old hymn's tune, we'll cross that river for the blood dark moon. Oh, freedom's flame burns through the night, a rebel yell for the righteous fight. Break the chains, let the truth be sworn, from dust and blood a new dawn's born. When the thunder roars and the levee breaks, we'll plant our flag where the despot shakes. Through fire and flood, we'll hold the line, for peace ain't bought lest we dare to climb. Oh, freedom's flame burns through the night, a rebel yell for the righteous fight. Break the chains, let the truth be sworn, from dust and blood a new dawn's born.
So I just want everybody to understand we are on the crux of a new dawn, and I hope you're going to be one of the ones that are going to be up and armed, not necessarily with weapons, but with the words that we're supposed to espouse for the truth and freedom that we deserve.
We could be heading into an era when you're not allowed to say those words.
And that is inherently why it's so important for the First Amendment be upheld.
See, in the Paul Revere story, the good guys win. I'm not sure that's what happens.
I appreciate you, Orthodox. Thanks.
No, that shit went hard. I like that.
And I don't care who thinks it's slop. That was my own song. It wasn't AI video. The only AI was the instrumental and the voice, because I cannot sing.
Yeah, the video was clearly edited, and it had like real words in it, so it wasn't AI.
Read the book 1984. This is where shit is going. I don't know, dude. I honestly think the world is a mixture of Brave New World and 1984. Like you have bread and circuses of Brave New World, the pacification through drugs and through excess, and then you also do have the surveillance apparatus, the social credit score, the doxing and harassment of those who get out of line. Yeah, news double speak. Like it's both. It's both. Those books have entangled together due to the Mandela effect and have fucking made a horrid love child and an apostate and an abomination unto the Lord even of a existence.
Well, that's a Beyond Good and Evil. Actually, is another. If you want to, like,
I've never read that one or even read the synopsis of that one.
join those two other visions together. I think Nietzsche really hit the nail on the head. And then, of course, there's Uncle Teddy, who kind of just articulated where we're at and where we're going better than anyone. He gave like the modern update.
Why did Red 40 come in so hot?
He's always angry, dude. I don't know what's with that dude. I don't even know who he is. I just know he's always all capsing some shit about somebody. Like he's always like lightsabers out.
Yeah, as he says, it's kind of hypocritical that you make a song like that and yet you want to use statute, policy, and code against your neighbor as they're trying to use it against me. I can understand Sun Tzu, Art of War. To defeat one's opponent without fighting is of supreme excellence. And in that, if you know their weapon and can use their weapon against them, that's one of the greatest defeats, dumbass.
See, I have a question based off of that, right? You notice how Sun Tzu words that, and it just sounds eloquent and beautiful. Like, that's their medieval speak, right? Whereas European middle speak is full of a bunch of, like, these and thous. Which one sounds better to you? The Chinese
The
medieval
Asians,
speak?
yeah.
Yeah, I have to say that as well. It
I
feels
would
more
agree.
mystical. It feels more
But you got to
mystical.
remember, you're getting a translation with the Chinese one, so those
and
may
the
not be the exact words.
And the European one is in more an aspect of Western ideology, which is fomented again by that Trading with the Enemy Act. It's all punitive. It's not an award system or anything, as in defeating one's opponent without fighting is of supreme excellence. It's the degradation of the human population to its lowest degree.
See, that's the difference between Asia and Europe. Like, Asia would fight wars and absolutely slaughter one another and do horrid shit. Europeans would be like, let's not do horrible things to one another.
No, Red. The hypocritical part is that the landlord would negate their statutory obligations and try to use those statutes against me. That's the hypocrisy. Equity he who seeks equity must come with clean hands, and their hands are as dirty as my fucking furnace filter.
So wait, are they trying to harm you in some way?
They're trying to evict us.
Oh snap!
On what grounds?
Clear and present danger, saying that I was threatening people upstairs after they negated their statutory obligation upon my noise complaint, where they're supposed to issue a 7-day notice to cure, and they didn't. And that is a strict statutory obligation. Equity imputes an intent to fulfill an obligation. So when we signed the lease agreement with equal consideration, equity is a sort of equality. We expect that performance by statutory code. And when they negate their obligation to the statute and then try to use those statutes against us, even though we followed the law accordingly by giving the proper notice, first duty in law is to give legal notice, they're the ones that are being hypocritical, not us.
Did you actually threaten them?
Not at all. Yelling and screaming. That's it.
El Perro went up there with a fucking Remington 12 gauge. Cut the music down, or I'm gonna cut you down. That's a clear and present danger. Did you do that, Emperor? Did you?
I had a stick that I was using to bang on the railing, and they call that a threatening gesture. No, that's escalation because the proper process that was due was not followed, and that's a procedurally legal error because, again, the landlord has a statutory obligation, a very strict one, that leads to a civil rights violation if they don't.
Well, I think we ought to take the Talcott method of martial law, as he was talking about yesterday. Anybody catch that?
No, I
No.
didn't know. I was
He,
eeping.
he thought martial law meant that the people, like, what was that, Chad Village or whatever it was?
Chop.
Yeah, Chop. He
The
thought that's
Chop
what it meant,
zone?
that the population took over control, not that
No,
the
man.
military did.
That's crazy.
Till he looked it up and got a surprise. Like, no, that's
What?
wrong death.
Why is everybody always screaming about martial law? I don't get it.
Because they want it. They're screaming for it. They desire it. They need it. Can't you tell? They're waiting for us to come to the forefront and bring our boots with us, OG.
Now, I'd like for y'all to check out my latest video. It's my recipe for boot tartare.
See,
but I put a bit of a Tennessee flair on it, you know.
There you go.
That's the tartar.
You add cayenne pepper.
Hey, that sounds like it would go hard as fuck, though. To be fair. So, but no, like, I don't know, man. All my life, all I've heard is like people on the left and right say this president is the Antichrist. They're going to declare martial law, and I still ain't seen it yet, even with Trump. And they're like, he's literally Hitler too, and I'm like, nah, I don't think he's Hitler too. So I just, I don't know.
Our psychology was broken when Kennedy was shot. As a country. So it's like a nightmare that America's they're still trying to wake up from.
Ike in the house.
What's up, Ike? He was sent to stalk you, Denison.
Oh, what up, bro?
Got to get the bat signal out here. Hold on. Here we go. But no, what do you mean our country's psyche was shattered when Kennedy was shot?
So Americans used to believe in their form of government until that moment. And we hadn't really had any war on our soil since the revolution. And the Civil War. So like we don't have the same challenges to government authority that other countries have had. And it was an era of innocence too, where, you know, like the depiction of the American family, kind of like the Norman Rockwell dream. It happened at the same time as like a culmination of like civil rights unrest. And I mean, one could argue that whatever you want to call these parties, fascism, communism, left, right, I think they're all false narratives. But whatever these parties were of control, the resistance or the opposition to authoritarianism was wiped out within a few years. First with JFK, then RFK, then MLK. Unless you believe in some kind of simulation theory, it seems a little too coincidental for me to not be deliberate.
Where do you think
And
the
so,
KKK came from? The 3 Ks.
the
Kennedy,
American
King,
people
Kennedy.
lost their identity overnight.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So like
That's
they
a
went
fact.
from like on Monday morning, they woke up in Camelot on Wednesday evening they went to bed in like a lawless dictatorship, where the president was sworn in on a CIA airplane flight with the casket of their dead president killed by their own nation behind him.
It
Like
was Air Force One.
that's it's something that we still haven't absorbed yet as a country. And we certainly didn't we didn't pursue his killers. They weren't brought to justice. There was never any closure. And I think that line of populism has echoed throughout our political system and literally has direct ties to Trump being elected. That it's manifest right now, it manifests itself in this current form of populism, which is ironically being taken over by the same fascist so-called forces that were in the shadows in 63. At least that's the way I see it.
But somebody really has fascism support plus 0.3 on. That's crazy.
Yeah, I remember everyone was devastated and lost when the Kennedy thing happened. And then when let's see, I think it was wasn't it JFK, then MLK, then RFK? Did I get the order right?
Chuck, I must ask you this. Is there a fucking historical event you weren't alive for? Jesus Christ.
Look, I got the stone tablets down below in a secret vault below my house. So
well, I mean, where were you? You know what, Chuck? Where were you at when MLK was shot? Huh?
I was at home.
Where's home?
Were you
In the living room.
How old are you?
Can anyone verify
4.
that, or were you alone?
I was with my mother.
You were 4?
Yeah, and it was wall to wall, nonstop on the television.
That's where Chuck's racism comes from. He just wanted to watch Saturday morning cartoons.
Yep, you couldn't.
Instead, this uppity black was taking up all the airwaves.
You know what? I sympathize with that, Chuck. I feel your pain.
No, I'm talking about when JFK was killed.
I was talking about MLK. I was asking
Oh,
you
MLK. I may or may not have been in Memphis.
Oh, now we're getting somewhere.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Right.
There might have been a highly clean weapon used, but I can neither confirm nor deny.
Think about RFK Jr. too. He's been ostracized by his own family, and now, in a small way, he's taken power. Right? He has.
It's kind of ironic.
Yeah, and I see this as it's like Game of Thrones, but America style.
Bro, why did you have to say that? Because that's the first thing that comes to my mind is that fucking theme song.
I think of all the hot chicks that got naked in that series.
Jesus Christ.
What series was
There's a
that?
lot of fucking titties in Game of Thrones.
Oh,
There's a lot of incest in Game of Thrones too.
Yeah, but I don't know, who cares about that shit? That's not,
That's
and only one midget. Damn it.
Yo, that midget was cool as fuck though.
They gave him a powerful role. They gave him a powerful role, and that's the irony. It's like a jester. A jester has a very powerful role. He's less subject to harm and more subject to dispersion of being removed than anything. And that is his actual intent. The intent of a jester is to be so outrageous that they kick him out.
Yeah, that relationship he had with his father and his sister too. That was the most base part of that series. right? Like, and he at some points, even his own father, like, he had to like capitulate to the fact that that was his only son.
And that was
Even
and that was the power. You know, the midget had the power to speak out against the king being his own father, and yet his
Yeah.
father being at the point where he had no other recourse. He had to allow it because he was going to be the successor to the throne.
yeah. Yeah, well, what was he
Could
gonna
you
do?
imagine? Could you imagine having a midget for a king, bro? It'd be the laughing stock of the realms.
I mean, unless he was a hero of several wars, you know.
Well, he'd go to war on a short horse.
He ended up being the Axeman after that, after the battle against the Baratheons. No, not the Baratheons.
Did he actually fight? Did he have little midget armor?
He had little midget armor, and then like he got trampled and knocked out, and so he was passed out during all the battle, and then woke up and lived.
Oh, that is funny. He's like, and I am John Cena.
Yeah, and see that's why I compared him to the Jester, because despite the chaos going on and everything, he never suffered any real consequences. He was still in the game. He just got outed. He just got outed during the war.
And he got a huge gash across his face when it happened too, so it made him look like an actual warrior.
That is crazy.
And then he made huge military moves that would have been like famous throughout the realm when he used the dragon fire to stop the siege on King's Landing, and then also when he was hand to the queen, the Dragon Queen, and retook what was that city? The Pyramid City. Mina or something like that. But yeah.
That's crazy. So
Yeah,
you're saying it was definitely a good show?
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I've only watched.
Oh no, Game of Thrones is good, dude.
Yeah, I've only watched a part of it, but I have an inkling to go back and start all over and watch the whole damn thing.
I just did. I just did while I was packing and cleaning, and like I needed something. I wanted something on to like, you know, help me distract me, but not something that I had to like stare at because I had already seen it.
Yep.
So I had Game of Thrones on in the background while I was going through all my stuff and getting ready to move. I watched the whole thing over again. The ending is abysmal and terrible, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, a lot of people like to pick on Arya being the heroine of the end too. I liked it. I thought it was dope as fuck. And I saw it coming. And then no spoilers, who ends up like inheriting the throne? I called it episode 1. So I had no problem with it. But the way they did the queen was lame.
That I just have never seen it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's especially because like you know how good series often have some seasons that aren't so good, right? And Game of Thrones is no exception. Like I think it was either 3 or 4 got kind of lame and tiresome, and it's like, and you're like, oh, when is this gonna be over? And then the next season 6 came in, and it was like, pow, you know. So it did have its ups and downs and its moments where it was like some of the best television ever. Did you ever see Rome?
No.
Oh man, that's even better in my opinion.
I've only ever. I don't really watch a lot of TV, honestly.
The last show I watched was Yellowstone, and that one pissed me off to no end.
Why?
Why?
Because it fell apart. The entire show just, and it
Yeah.
seemed like at the end they just hurried up and slapped everything together and called it an ending.
Yep.
It was fucked up.
A lot of shows do that now because of the way they're organized. You know, they don't know how many seasons they're going to get, and then they get caught up writing these successful narratives that get viewers, that they negate and neglect their own plot. You know, a plot has to have an ending,
And
and
that's
that's
what
not.
happened.
Yeah,
You're
we don't
right.
really do the endings anymore. You know.
What was it? What's the dude's name? Taylor Sheridan. He was writing like 6 different shows at the same time
Hmm.
and couldn't dedicate, like you said, he couldn't dedicate enough attention to finish up one without starting another one.
That's why I want to make a short film, and I got to start working on the storyboarding next. But there's some plot holes that are not in the film, so I would never need to answer them if I didn't want to. But I'm not going to release it until I do. So even though the answers will never be in the film, I'm not going to make it unless I know the answers. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
And that's I don't think TV shows do shit like that anymore.
Well,
I
see,
want to
no,
make.
I like Landman and Tulsa King. All right, those are the shows that I've watched recently, and The Sopranos. I don't like how The Sopranos ended. That hurt my soul. I knew it going into it, so
See,
I don't like
Land
TV. I'm scarred.
expect the same thing to happen with Landman because that's another Taylor Sheridan.
I haven't seen that. I ain't even heard of it.
It's actually really
Oil
good.
guy.
Yeah.
Have you seen There Will Be Blood?
No.
Fucking A. You need to join my Discord, and we need to educate you on the on film on some films.
I feel like I'm being trafficked. Stranger danger.
Need some culture.
I don't like your shows. It's propaganda. It scares me.
I have a competition in me.
Oh Lord. Damn. Any final thoughts? I'm about to end it. I am eepy. Nobody's got any final thoughts?
Nope.
All right. All right. I'm gonna put you on the back. I will do my narrative and then bring it back up. Well, thank you all for watching. We've been going for about 3 hours. I appreciate all of you. Please come back next time. Y'all have a wonderful day. Guten Tag or goodbye.